Guys, we know what time it is?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of the Tabletop Tavern. We have Decider 12. We have, that was Cycle of Jack. We have Decider 12. We have YottsTwitch, and then we have Luna. Guys, how are we all doing tonight?
What's going on, man?
So excited.
Excited. Chat, how are you guys doing out there? You guys are looking good. We got a lot of friends and family up in here, and I'm excited. I've been waiting all week for this. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys? We got off we ended the episode last week, and we were just like, "Is it Sunday? Is it Sunday? Is it Sunday again?"
It's true. It's true. I refuse to do anything else with my life until today. So I just waited.
So he literally has been sitting in his house, hasn't showered, hasn't done anything. He's just been in his house like mourning and like looking longingly at Twitch. So
if like a health code inspector came in here, I'd be kicked out in an instant.
Guys, episode 2 of the Tabletop Tavern, the Reluctant Heroes. We are getting back into it this week. Actually, what we're gonna do right now is every week we're gonna look back through our VOD and see how we did the previous week, and we are going to go over a couple of mistakes we made, and we're going to review those right now. So last week, one of the mistakes that was made is I had Mihaly and Davdithas roll a Knowledge Arcana to identify a spell. The correct procedure there was they should have rolled a Spellcraft knowledge to check what spell was being cast. Mihaly cast Color Spray last week. And as he did so, I looked at the saving throw wrong, the way it was presented, and I started as a failure. What was failing was the goblin's will save to resist that spell. So that spell actually landed. We're not going to go back and change it, but these are just things we're keeping in mind, and we're as we go, we're just going to keep track of these things. Also, a big one here is, I kept on saying Idabrix last week. Luna's character's name is Idabrix. It's pronounced Idabrix. So we are going to stay on top of that as well. So yeah, guys, not bad for the first episode, I would think. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Davdithas, Gunnar, Yotts, Mihaly, and Idabrix to roll a D20, and let's see who gets the lowest, guys.
I don't want to.
Not me. Please not me. Please not me.
All right, here goes mine.
20 bitches.
Gunnar.
Gunnar is coming in, even though we exercised those dice. So Gunnar is going to give a quick recap of last week, guys.
All right, guys. So last week we met our intrepid heroes, and they finally got together with each other, introduced each other, and as they did, they started this wonderful I don't even know what to call it. It was
epic adventure, I would say.
Yeah, I would say epic adventure. And this small little town with a festival going on, which was really kind of cool. Had some food, had some drink. Next thing we know, goblins everywhere, and blood ran the streets, and ankle biters charging, and we fought off the first wave, got a little healing, and we're on to the second wave, and that's where we left off.
Okay. All right. So when last we left off, our reluctant heroes were engaged with a group of goblins. Gunnar had just stepped up and had attacked one of the enemies, one of the goblins, and then took a 5-foot step over to the goblin that was a little bit different than the other goblins. So this goblin in particular had like a lute slung around and back, had a whip in its right hand, and it did have a dog slicer, but it also had a bow. And the group had noticed that this goblin had cast a spell at Mihaly last turn. So as it stands, we have Davdithas. It's his turn, and we are on initiative. So let's get it going. Davdithas, you're up, sir.
All right. If I remember right, I just finished smashing in the skull of a goblin.
That was on your last turn. This is the beginning of the order, and this would be
right.
You're in a brand new turn.
Right. Yeah, I'm just shaking the blood off my mace here. I am going to, let's see here. There's a goblin to our south. Is he on fire? If I remember right.
He is. That goblin is. So Mihaly had stepped up and cast a grease. That goblin had actually set that building on fire and was staring near it. So Mihaly cast grease at his feet and he caught fire.
Okay. I see Gunnar charging ahead towards the goblin to the east of us. I'm gonna rush over there, seeing that the other one's on fire, so I'm not too concerned about him.
Okay.
I'm gonna rush over right next to Gunnar, and again, I'll give him a little bit of luck, channeling the energy of my god into him.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Would you like to take any other actions on your turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Mihaly, you are up, sir.
All right, I'm gonna cast Acid Splash at the goblin that's currently on fire just south of me.
Okay.
So I'll drop a cast there. I roll an 8.
So
Plus 2 is 10.
okay. So Gunnar steps up. I'm sorry. Mihaly steps up, takes the dart out. It flies from his hands, and as it's going through, the goblin's partially obscured because he's on fire, and the dart misses the goblin. So now we have the one who's on fire, and he is going to take his burn damage now. And let's see. He's going to take he's going to take 4 more points of burn damage. And as you guys watch, the flames they go from his clothes to being on fire to fully consuming him, and he falls over to the ground dead. So
Yeah.
That's horrific.
fat is bubbling and popping, and there's a smell of burnt goblin in the air, and the reek of it starts to waft throughout the square.
I hope none of you are eating breakfast right now.
So, the goblin with the loot that's currently engaged with Gunnar is gonna take a step back, and is going to cast a spell at Gunnar. And would anybody like to determine what that spell is?
Yeah, I can roll a spellcraft on that, please.
Yes.
I have a +4 to that, and I roll a 14. +4 is 8.
Okay. You saw this spell cast in a round previous. She is casting Hideous Laughter at Gunnar.
Uh-oh.
Oh. And Gunnar, it looks like your token is not actually on the board, so let me do that. Let's try this. That is not working.
I can actually see his token.
I can.
Yeah, I just put it down. So, the creature takes a 5-foot step back, begins to cast the spell. Mihaly looks over and sees that the goblin is casting Hideous Laughter. As the force of the spell washes over Gunnar, Gunnar just sets his teeth and shakes it off. So, Idabrix, you are now up.
Hey,
Oh.
Let's see. I'm going to move a little bit closer to that one. That is near Davdithas and Gunnar.
Okay, the one right in front of the stage on the eastern side of the square?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll go probably right about there, so I'm kind of right next to the stage.
So how far are you moving up? How many feet?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 diagonal and 2 over. So
so that would be
25
25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Idabrix moves 25 feet over to the east towards the front of the temple, and she's currently south of the stage.
Yep. And I'm going to load a bolt into my crossbow.
Okay. Alrighty, excellent. Gunnar, you are up, sir.
All right, I guess it's showtime. Show what a greased weasel wrestler can do. Huh?
Greased weaselly wrestler. There we go.
So Gunnar, still armed, seeing this thing backing up, and casting is going to charge into him and swing off with a mighty hammer blow.
Alrighty.
There we go. Take that.
What'd you roll?
I rolled an 18 plus 7 for a 25.
For a 25. So Gunnar steps up and starts to engage the goblin, comes in with a strike, and
And that a 6 rolled plus 4, so 10 total.
okay. So Gunnar comes in and steps in and swings the hammer in a a fast moving strike that comes in like an uppercut right under the chin of the goblin, snapping his head back, and in the process you hear the neck crack and the goblin falls to the ground. So at this point, you guys look around. It looks like the goblins are down. You don't see any other threats around you. What would you like to do? All around you. Okay. Okay. All around you, just to set the mood, there are screams of, there's fighting everywhere. It sounds like, there's women screaming, there's men screaming, children screaming, there's guards shouting orders. The smell of smoke is just everywhere. It's chaos. There's, like I said, there's a lot of chaos going on. And, so yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Are you trying to say it would be immoral for me to stop and check for loot?
I make no decision on moral or immoral. I present you guys the scenario in which you guys are in. All
right. Is there any general direction that the screaming is? You said it's all over, right?
I said it's all over. Yeah, but if the loudest screaming is coming from the northeast part of the like if you head to the northeast part of the square, it sounds like the majority of the fighting is coming up from that direction.
All right. Well, guys, it looks like we've gotten into a bit of something here. We got to do something to help them.
Yeah.
Today is a good day.
Glad you're excited. I mean, everyone else is, but not in the same way. We got to do something.
Well, we continue our quest. We bring honor, and we bring death to those who oppose this small city.
Specifically goblins.
In this case, yes, I think that's exactly what he means.
Well, let's go. Let's head northeast. I hear more screaming.
Okay.
Then we should go that way. Holy One.
Is that a food cart next to us in the south?
I was trying to ignore it. I'm a little hungry still.
So the cart that's right next to Gunnar is currently on fire. That was the fuel for the bonfire and the fireworks. To the west of that is the gazebo that's going up in flames. That table's up in flames. Pretty much everything. To the west of that is in fact a cart or a place to get food. You want to stop for a quick?
So there's a cart with a bunch of fireworks on it that's on fire.
Yeah, and that was the big bang you guys heard at the beginning of the encounter.
Might I suggest you all run?
you won't hear me complain. I'm running north.
Indeed, we should go now.
Okay. So yeah, move yourself as you'd like to move, and as you move into the next screen, just place yourself in the position or the order in which you would like to progress. Give me a party order is the long and the short of that statement.
Gunnar, are you okay if I hold your hand as we go to the next screen?
You could hold my fur. I kind of need my hands for my weapons.
I want to go right here.
I think we've formed a diamond formation.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that for now.
All right. So, as you guys progress into the down through that alleyway, so you're moving in a northeast direction between the new chapel and the and like just houses. It's just a town street going over there. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna have you guys. We're gonna place your tokens. I'll place it on the map for you, and you guys can determine your party order from there. try and keep it consistent with what it was on the previous map. And so you guys are coming in from the western side of this map, and I will give you a description as soon as you guys set up. Alrighty.
That's good for me. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So as you guys come into this, you look and there is a group of 4 goblins. Okay. So in the northeast corner of this, between these couple houses, there is a couple goblins. There's 3 goblins like you've seen before. There is a what appears to be a gentleman or nobleman to the right of you in the south of this square. He is wearing a blue like lord's coat. He has a cane. He's got long black hair and a white like puffy shirt, you know, like a puffy shirt, some long pants, and very nice, you know, he's dressed like a nobleman. And he shouts out to you guys, "Help! Help! They have my dog! They got my dog!" And as you look into the northeast corner of the square, you do see the 3 goblins, and there is a dog over there trying to put himself between his master and this threat. As well as you see another goblin that is riding a dog, and I'm gonna get a picture for you that. But if you guys want, so as you come on scene, you guys surprise them. So you're gonna get a surprise round, but I'm gonna get the encounter up real quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so roll initiative for me, please.
Sure thing. I've got a 12.
You've got a 12.
Ironic.
I have an 8.
I have a 12.
16.
And 16. Okay. So as you guys look, the goblin that is riding the dog is the closest one to you. I'm sorry, the closest one to the dog. The leader of that, the guy on the that's riding the dog, takes out a dog slicer and slays the dog outright, one strike. It cuts him through his top of his shoulder, comes down, and the dog's lifeblood spills out. So that is this guy right there. The program messed up a little bit. We're gonna roll with it. So he steps up and he attacks the dog, and like I said, he slays the dog outright in one strike. And this is what he looks like. In one hand, he's riding this. He's got like one of the giant dog slicers, and he's commanding the dog. He's riding it right now. And as you guys look, and he cuts down the dog, the dog that he's riding steps up to the dead dog and just rips a chunk out of it. And so that will be up to Mihaly. You are up, sir.
Oh man, my first thought was, all right, save the dog. You can do it. You can save the dog. Oh, jeez. No pressure. I'll take a full move to get in as close as I can. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
So
20.
on a surprise round, you don't have full round, like all the actions that would normally be available to you. You can either take a full move action, or you can do a standard action. You can't do both.
Well, I can't really. They're out of range for me.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to. I'm not sure you've been on a surprise round yet, so I wanted to make sure that everybody sort of was going on.
So I can do a full move and then stop, and that's it. I can't ready in action.
Correct.
Okay, I'll just run in.
Okay, Davdithas.
The dog. Why the dog? I draw the line there. I'm charging in too. And that is all I got.
All right, so Davdithas runs about 20 feet up towards the northeast, towards the attacking goblin horde. And then we are Idabrix. You are up.
Well, since everybody is out of range for me as well, I am going to also move up about 20 feet. And I'm going to stop right there because I will be able to hit them with my crossbow on the next round.
Okay. So you have a 80-foot range on your crossbow, just so that you're with
60 foot.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Alrighty. So that is gonna bring us to Alder, the noble. The noble is gonna like the coward he is gonna run about 20 feet back, hide behind the building right here, and say, "Help me! Get him! Defend me! Defend me!" And with that, we're gonna be on the top of the order. So,
Gunnar needs.
I was gonna say Gunnar didn't get a turn.
Oh, my fault. Sorry, guys. Gunnar, you're up.
Kill the.
No, it's okay, man. I see how it is. You want to give them a chance.
We want to
That's what this is.
give these goblins a chance. Yeah.
Chance. It's okay. It's fine. I understand. So for my surprise action, I'm gonna put myself at the tip of the spear. Let's do this.
Okay. So how far are you moving up?
I'm moving a total movement speed of 40.
Okay. So you're putting yourself between Davdithas, Mihaly, and the oncoming horde, right? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna remove the token for the poor unfortunate dog, and we are gonna be on. Let's see. All right. So I have to replace the tokens because for some reason the things are not working correctly. So bear with me 1 second. Technical difficulties.
Perhaps they're dead and we won.
I don't think that's it.
Did it, guys. We did
But I
it.
like that plan.
All right, so we'll put you here. And I don't remember the exact spots, so bear with me. Alrighty. Okay. Apologize about that, guys. It's so we're gonna have the goblin at the northmost goblin is gonna scream in frenzy, and he's gonna move down towards a Gunnar. So he's moving 20 feet towards Gunnar, and he presents himself and he puts his arms out and he's like, I'm coming for you. With that, we're gonna move on to we're gonna move on to the goblin in the rear of the in the most eastern part of the square. Is he's gonna step back or step forward and move down by his commander and be like, "Boss, can we take some? Can we take some?" And he just sneers at you guys. Mihaly, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Acid Splash on the one who's moving in closest to Gunnar.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot north before I cast it, just to kind of separate myself a little bit out from the party.
Okay.
And I roll an 18 plus 2 is 20.
Okay. So that's a hit. And let's see your damage.
I roll a 1.
Okay.
But damage nonetheless.
All right. So again, Mihaly steps up, takes out a dart. It flies from his hands and grazes the shoulder of the goblin and that closest to Gunnar. And the goblin looks down and tries to wipe the acid. There's a little bit of acid on his shoulder, and he's just frantically trying to wipe it off. So, Gunnar, you're up, sir.
Time to do work, kids. Spinning the hammerhead in my right hand, I approach the first target, leveling the head of the goblin as I step forward and take a swing back from heel end and bring it across the side of his skull. It's 13 on the roll, total of 18 to hit.
Okay. So it that's a hit. No, that's a total 18 to hit, right? All right. So
Yep.
so Gunnar steps up and he steps up, takes a 5-foot step up to the goblin. And as he rushes in, he does a thrusting motion and hits it right in the throat. The goblin starts gurgling and loses his breath and falls to the ground dead. So that brings us to Davdithas.
Which one killed the dog?
So that would be the one that you noticed that was actually riding the dog. So if you need a pointer, that's this guy right here. He is on the eastern side. It looks like the other three are in a line, but he is a little bit south of that.
Okay. Let's see here. If I'm in the space diagonal from him, can I reach him?
Absolutely. Yep.
Then that's my full movement right there. And I'm here to avenge the dog.
You're avenging the dog. Okay.
I'm gonna swing at him with my mace. So that is a roll of 2.
All right. So, incensed, Davdithas runs towards the goblin that's riding a dog, and takes a swing at him. But as he steps in, he misjudges the distance on his way in, and just harmlessly swings past him.
You're lucky you're so short, you little one.
All right, so the goblin in the rear is gonna step forward, and he's gonna step forward 15 feet and step up to Davdithas, and he takes his dog slicer with wicked glee and licks the blade and takes a shot at Davdithas.
I was hoping you were gonna say he cuts his own tongue off and just collapses.
So as he takes a look at the lick of the blade and hisses at Davdithas, he tries to stab in, and it just doesn't land a blow. It hits the mail shirt of Davdithas and it glances off. Idabrix, you're up.
All right, I am going to, since I already have a bolt loaded in my crossbow, I'm going to fire at the goblin that is to the farthest left of the 3.
Okay, so the one that's most north?
Yes.
Okay. Now, he is not technically in hand-to-hand, so you will not get a -4. So
Okay.
he's not threatened right now.
All right.
He should be threatened. Have you seen Gunnar?
That is an 18.
All right, so Idabrix rolls a 13 plus 5 for an 18, and that is a hit, ma'am.
Yes, finally.
You have scored your first crossbow hit of the campaign.
Claps in chat, everyone. Claps in chat.
Does not.
Good luck, does not.
All right. Let's see.
So, yep. To the right of that, you would grab the damage and just drop it right on them.
Yeah. Oh shoot, where is it? Sorry.
If you can't find that, you can just roll it manually. Is it a D8?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will do that.
Yep. You can roll a D8 right in the chat window, and I will calculate the damage. Okay.
All right.
And again, that was the one on the north, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, there. See, now I found it.
All right. So, alrighty. I will. Okay. So now we are at the one that's currently riding the dog. So they're gonna take a step back. Actually, you know what? No. He's going to take a shot at, and it's this one. I keep on hitting the wrong one. He's going to take a shot with his horse chopper, and he is going to swing at Davdithas, who's right in front of him, for a 16 plus 4 for 20. Does that AC 20, sir?
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Okay. All right. So he swings at you, and so the horse chopper still dripping with the blood of the unfortunate dog, comes down and gets lodged in your shoulder. And as he pulls it out, it's kind of like a serrated knife. It cuts on the way out. So,
I feel that one.
I can feel it.
you can you can feel it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we are up to the noble. The noble is like, come on, you guys got this. I have faith in you. You guys got this. Get him, get him, get him.
Oh my gosh.
And with that, we're on the top of the order. So Goblin 2 is going to move through and run at Gunnar. And in doing so, Davdithas, he draws an attack of opportunity from you.
Oh, I'm excited.
So that's going to be the one that's currently engaged with Gunnar.
Okay. So I'm just gonna drop my, just like I'm attacking him, right?
Yep. This would just be like a base attack.
Good, excellent.
All right.
12.
So as the goblin squeals in glee and runs at Gunnar, because Davdithas sees an attack and takes a swing at him, but the goblin is too short and too quick. So the goblin runs up and takes a swing at Gunnar's legs and hits for 16 plus 2 AC 18.
That'll be a hit.
That'll be hit. Okay. So it's going to come and so as the blow lands, it again draws a line down the shin bones of Gunnar, because that's pretty much all they can reach. And blood starts dripping down your leg, and the goblin just laughs with wicked glee. I told you I was gonna get you. And with that, we are up to Mihaly.
Okay, I'm gonna step up next to Gunnar on his northern side, and I'm gonna cast Color Spray. That gives me a 15-foot cone of fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it like so, like that. So
I don't see a. Oh, okay, it just populated.
Is that okay?
So it would have to be something like that. This right there. So when you do it, it goes from one of the points of the square, and it'll be, that one just kicked off a
That
little
still
bit.
accomplishes my goal. of
Exactly.
not hitting
Exactly.
me, but
Yeah.
hitting the two. That was the plan. Hit the two goblins in between Gunnar and Davdithas.
Okay. So are you choosing to cast defensively, or are you gonna try and make a concentration check? Because if you cast in combat, the creature that's currently engaged with Gunnar is also threatening your square.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I were to move one step higher, I would not be in a threatened square, right?
Correct.
No, I already did that move. Is that okay, or should
I
state
will.
it?
I will allow it.
I
We're
understand
having
that.
fun and we're learning. So, but
Okay.
as you can see, it's still from the point of a square, so you're good.
Yeah.
So roll it up.
Okay, so I'll drop cast on that one and this one.
All right. I didn't see the first one. Okay, so the first one does not make it save. And can you read me the effects of the spell? But the other one does. The one in the back makes the save.
So it depends on their hit dice.
Okay, so give me the verbiage.
Each creature within the cone is affected according to its hit dice. 2 hit dice or less, they're knocked unconscious, blinded, stunned for 2d4 rounds.
Okay, so
And
roll.
blinded for 1d4.
Okay, so roll 2d4
That's
for me.
Oh, that's not 2d4. I'm sorry.
That's 2d6. So that one in front of Gunnar is currently unconscious, stunned, and blind for 5 rounds. So we're gonna give him that. Would you like to make any other actions on your turn, Mihaly?
Nope.
Okay. So Mihaly steps up. His hands come together. Rays of different color coruscating light come out of his hands. Excuse me, and they hit the two goblins in question. One of the goblins just it doesn't affect him. He shakes it off, and then the other goblin looks at you, looks left, looks right, and it just falls to the ground unconscious. All right. So Gunnar, you up. the one at your feet is currently unconscious and cannot threaten if you decide to move out of the square.
I think you're muted.
I'm going to finish you later. I'm going to tear your head off while you're awake. 5, 10. We're going to end right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with the one above me. And I'm going to swing a Hail Mary swing with my hammer. And let out a baneful yell.
Which one are you swinging
For
at?
the dog! The one above me. To the north.
Dog!
Okay. For the dog!
For the dog!
Avenge him! And that...
Natural 20.
Okay. So the crit was unfortunately not confirmed, but that would be a hit, sir. And so Gunnar steps up, connects absolutely surely, hits the shoulder, and as you hear him hit the shoulder, the left arm of the goblin goes limp, and a sharp crack, and obviously his shoulder is broken, and he is bloodied.
Like my twin.
Davdithas, you are up.
Ah, man. I am not feeling too healthy right now. I'm gonna pull back a bit. I'm gonna go, let's see here, about 25 feet southwest.
Okay.
And hopefully, if I've done this correctly, please give me a moment while I draw a 30-foot circle.
So okay, so how this works is because you were in threatened square, if you take a step out of combat and then you make an action at that point, you're going to incur an attack of opportunity. If you take a 5-foot step back where you're not threatened and then cast the spell, you would at that point not incur an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do is reopen the window I just closed.
Okay.
Which was the map.
Okay.
And then I'm going to change my course of action from running back and crying about 30 feet.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Okay, and that's going to be your action. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty, so as you step back and everybody sees everybody sees Davdithas take about a 30-foot step back towards the west, and he just kind of looks like he's going to lick his wounds for a round. This goblin is going to step behind Gunnar, and at this point he has Gunnar flanked, and he is going to attack with his dog slicer. And he rolls a 2 + 3 for a 5, and I don't believe that hits Gunnar's AC.
That'll be a negative.
Okay. Idabrix, you are up.
Awesome. I am going to shoot the one that just moved in behind Gunnar.
Okay, because he is engaged with Gunnar in a hand-to-hand combat, you've got a -4 to hit.
Okay.
So you can do that by rolling the modifier thing down, -4.
Right. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Ah, sorry. Modifier.
We're all going to die here, aren't we?
We hope.
Says you.
All the things we were saying about you before the show were true.
All right.
So that is a 13.
Okay, so unfortunately that does not hit the AC of the goblin. So Idabrix readies her crossbow and tries to narrowly avoid hitting Gunnar. And as she does so, it causes her aim to not be true, and it whizzes past the goblin. All right. So the goblin is going to take a full withdraw action and move 60 feet behind the building over there. So it moves about 60. It moves in a northwesterly position and does a retreat about 60 feet behind one of the buildings, and but still has eyes on the party. Alrighty. So the noble's like, "Don't let that one. Don't let it get away. I don't want it to get me." And with that, we go pardon me, guys, coughing. And with that, we go to the goblin. This goblin is currently unconscious and not able to make any actions, and that brings us to Mihaly.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Acid Splash at the. Well, I'll take a 5-step in, closer to Gunnar, and then I'll cast Acid Splash at the goblin behind him.
Okay.
I roll a 10 plus 2 is 12.
Okay, so that does not hit the does not land. So Mihaly steps up. The arrows shoots at the goblin, just barely over its head, and gets lodged in a tree behind him. And that brings us to Gunnar.
Sounds good. Turning my attention to the only opponent left, I cackle and turn my hammer, hoisting my shield once more and swinging at this poor remaining creature.
Okay.
I'm going to use my luck as I miss with the first swing, rolling a 9.
Okay, so that the bit of luck was only affects the attack until the end of your next round. So if
okay.
Yep, if Davdithas gave it to you at the end, before this turn, so it's only a 1-round thing.
All right. When I
Sorry,
miss.
sir. Your luck has run out.
It's quite all right.
Mihaly, you have been granted a +1 token from Great Wolf.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Use it wisely.
Is it +1?
It'll
To
be
any roll?
to any roll. Yep,
To be used tonight.
to be used tonight.
Cheers. Thank you, sir.
So whose
Turn
turn
are we
is it?
on?
It's Davdithas. Oh,
Aha!
yes, my fault.
Tis I. All right. Now that I've had a moment to gather myself,
Okay.
let's see here. I'm gonna take another 15 feet step back. I'm
Okay.
gonna channel some healing energy. So I'll grab my holy symbol, which I've been clutching this whole time,
Okay.
and channel some healing vibes.
Okay.
So
that is in a 30-foot radius around you, and
yeah, which I believe I have sufficiently backed up where it's only gonna be me, Idabrix, and possibly that chicken.
okay. The chicken's gonna make a saving throw too. All right. So Davdithas, you call upon the blessing of Desna, and it looks like you fully heal all your wounds. The blood has stopped seeping from you, and that was you. Would you like to take any other actions during your turn?
I just want to say I'm getting really good at closing up my wounds.
Ah, there you are.
All right.
All right. So the Gunnar, the goblin that is standing next to Gunnar, is going to continue his attack against the large barbarian, and he rolls a 19, which threatens a crit, for a total of AC 21, and he does not confirm his crit. So he is going to roll damage at Gunnar. So the goblin, seeing Gunnar, this just large creature is inspired, and takes his dagger, his dog slicer, and comes up and tries to get it into his under his armor on his right side, but his only manages to stick it in a couple inches and wiggles it around, and he does 4 points of damage to Gunnar. Idabrix, you're up.
All right. I am not going to do a whole lot because I need to reload my crossbow. So,
Okay.
yes, I know what my next feat's going to be.
Excellent. So
Rapid re- win.
okay. So the goblin is going to step out, and is going to from behind the building, is going to take a step out 10 feet and take a shot at the profane cleric, and he hits 7+5 for AC 12.
Which is a miss.
Okay. And that is his turn. So we are back down to that nobleman who is very bravely tucking even more behind the building, watching the battle. He feels a little bit better now that he sees that that goblin that ran off is engaging Davdithas instead of himself. So that's gonna bring us to the top of the order. This goblin is still unconscious. And Mihaly, you are up.
Okay. So the one behind Jack is still alive, yeah?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, I'll just do my thing here. I'll cast Acid Splash again. One trick pony in this, boys.
That's
I
fine.
got Acid Splash and I know how to use it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use it. And I actually say that in character as well.
Okay.
I roll a 1.
All right.
And I don't know how to use it.
Okay.
I'm really glad I'm standing over here.
All right. So in this campaign, we are using the critical hit tables, and we are also using the fumble tables. So, Mihaly has rolled a 4 on that, which means he has pulled a muscle in his attempts to cast this spell. As he steps forward, he pulls a hammy. He pulls the muscles in his hamstring, and he is. You are weakened until the end of your next turn, and I will give that status. But Gunnar, you're up.
I'm not liking this thing on this red dog. It's got to go down now. So we're gonna line up another swing and go for the fences.
Okay. Wow.
There we go.
All right.
19 total of a 24 to hit him.
Okay. So Gunnar steps up, and he takes a backward swing at the one that is currently engaged him in the back, and does how much damage, sir?
That would be total of 12.
Okay. So as Gunnar swings behind him with the hammer, he connects in the thorax of the goblin, and he absolutely caves in the chest, and that goblin falls dead. So Davdithas, you're up.
All right, I'm coming back. I'm gonna let's see here.
Let me apologize. I've got to interject real quick. The goblin. You see the guy that's riding the goblin dog. He suddenly jumps off his dog, and he unmounts the dog, and the dog looks at you guys and just snarls, and slobber is coming off his face, and now you may go, Davdithas.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Do you remember how to do the targeting? The targeter?
No, but we can figure that out off stream sometime.
Okay. Just remember we did it the one time. I just want to make sure I actually have the distance here. Perfect. Okay. I am going to charge right up to him.
Okay.
So, charge northeast. Pull my mace out. Well, I've already been holding it, but I'm going to wind it up. I'm going to take a crack at this guy.
Okay, so he is unconscious.
Good.
So you're going to get a +4 to hit. And if the system doesn't automatically do that for you, we will add a +4 to whatever you roll.
Really hope I can hit this unconscious goblin.
I hope you can too. But you are not able to. What did you roll, Davdithas?
Oh
a
my
lovely
God.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you roll the 4 plus the 4 granted to you by the fact that this guy is unconscious. And he, and you miss. You do know, however, that on with a full round action that you're able to do a coup de grace because this is a helpless enemy.
Ooh. I don't know what that means, but I'll do it.
Okay. You decided you have been granted a token by Blaze Bits.
Oh,
From the
thank you,
community.
Blaze.
That is a +1 token.
It will come in handy.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna save me with that attack, but
I don't think so, but
no. So tell me about this coup de grace.
okay. So the way a coup de grace works is you can expend a full round action to automatically crit and hit the enemy.
Okay.
As long as they have a discernible anatomy, so something like a slime, you would not be able to do that because this, this is a very there's a humanoid enemy. They will, you're able to do that. But it takes a full round action, so you can't move or do anything that.
Right.
Gunnar, you have been granted a +1 token as well from Nate Westlake.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Okay, so that guy is actually dead, so we're gonna remove him. And the goblin is going to shoot an arrow at the at Mihaly. So he draws back his arrow, takes aim, and lets fly, and his arrow absolutely flies true. He rolled a 20 + 5 for a 25, and he was able to confirm that crit. So let's see what he does for
Really?
him. Yes.
Goodbye, cruel world.
So the arrow does fly at Mihaly, and it lodges true, and it strikes him in the chest, and he falls to the ground bleeding. All right. So the noble says, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Help your friend! Help your friend! He's going down." And with that, the goblin is still unconscious, and we have the goblin dog who decides to take a run up towards Gunnar. He moves about 20 feet to the northeast. I'm sorry, he's moving southward in a southeastwardly motion towards Gunnar. He still has about 15 feet away from Gunnar, and he's not able to do anything. So Mihaly, you are currently down right now. And Gunnar, it is your turn.
Fantastic.
You trying to
I've
stabilize?
seen-
I apologize, guys. We'll take a step back. Mihaly, you're trying to stabilize?
No, that wasn't me. Sorry. I don't know. I don't think I can do anything among
No, it automatically rolled it for you. So you are stabilized. You are currently at 0 hit points. You are unable to make any actions. I didn't realize the system would actually do that, but you're at 0 hit points, and you're unable to make any actions, but you are not currently bleeding out. So, Gunnar, you're up. I'm sorry.
Not a problem at all, Mike. Well, the dog's next, and that's one ugly dog. Time to go to town. Charge. Let's do this. We're taking him out systematically. Another screaming roar as I bring down my hammer across that dog's back.
Okay.
Let's snap some spine. It's a roll of 13 plus 5. I forgot my modifier, but a total of 18 without the 2 for a charge.
Okay.
So, and for total damage, I rolled another 8 plus 4, making it 12 total.
Okay. So as Gunnar steps up to the dog, his blow comes down right in the behind its shoulders. Its legs splay out. It hits the ground, and it dies instantly. Davdithas, you're up.
Well, I mean, everything else around here is fully healed, so let's just do a channel energy and let's try and get some healing in here.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see here. Since I'm gonna be hitting multiple people, you want me to just drop it in the
Yeah,
general?
you could do that, and I'll adjust the hit points as well.
Okay. Can I use my token to increase that a bit?
No, so this +1 token would be like to hit or to,
Okay.
yeah, something like that. Any
Gotcha.
ability where, so it wouldn't be like the effect of an ability, you know, it would be like to hit or to
Yeah.
cast a spell or something of that nature.
I gotcha. All right.
Okay, so you do that for 2 points of damage, and Mihaly, you are currently at 2 hit points, which means you are conscious and you are stable. So Idabrix, you're up.
Right. I am gonna move forward. Let's see. I'm gonna move forward about 10 feet. And I'm going to aim for the goblin that's way off to the north.
Okay, so that would be the one that was previously riding the dog.
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
currently holding a bow.
Yes. That is the one. All right, let's see. And that's a 13.
Okay, so Idabrix comes up, rolls an 8 + 5 for a 13, and lets loose the bolt from the crossbow, and it lodges in the tree right next to the goblin, and just goes boom. And he is up. He is going to drop his bow and pull out his horse chopper and run 25, 30 feet at Gunnar, and he is going to make an attack.
Get some, little man.
Get some, little man. So he rolls a 15 + 4 for a 19. Does that hit AC?
But it's
Okay. So as the goblin runs at Gunnar, he tucks his head down, and he's determined, and you can see the rage and the absolute hatred for the humanoid, and he says, "You Longshanks, I will get you." And he comes up and he swings for 3 points of damage. It comes up and it goes off the right side of your stomach, and opens a hole on the side over there. That brings us to the noble. The noble is like, "Ah, you guys are so close. You guys got this. You guys got this." And with that brings us to the unconscious goblin, who is still unconscious. And from there, we move on to Mihaly.
So happy to be alive right now. Feels great. I'm gonna crawl backwards in a 5-step and do the old faithful, the spell that has never failed me ever.
Okay.
Splash.
Okay.
At the enemy engaged with Gunnar.
Okay.
Okay, I roll a 15 + 2 is 17.
And that looks like it's a hit.
Thank goodness.
You did it.
I did it. And I roll a 6 for damage. No, a 3, sorry, because it's you gotta.
Which one were you casting at, by the way? Were you casting at the one that was currently engaged with Gunnar, or are you casting at the one that's engaged with Gunnar? Okay. All right. So as the arrow flies from your hand, it lodges in the throat of that goblin, and you hear a gurgling, and but that Longshank said we'd win. We were certain to win, and falls over dead. And with that, you currently only have the goblin who is unconscious left. And that would bring us to Gunnar.
okay. Seeing my target fall in front of me, I sneer with distaste, taking a 5 foot near the unconscious victim.
Okay.
I'm going to take a full round action in coup de grace, slamming
You can't.
my shield.
Oh wait, because you did a 5 foot.
To the 5 foot.
Okay.
So, while doing this coup de grace, I slam my shield with my left hand across the thing's torso, taking my hammer up above my head,
Yep.
screaming Odin's name, and bringing it down across his face in one mighty telling blow.
Okay, so roll. You automatically hit.
Automatic.
You roll your damage, and then roll it again. All right. So the way this works is you automatically crit, so you get double damage on them. If they had survived, they would have had to make a DC 15 plus the amount of damage you did, fort save, or they would have died as well. So with that, Gunnar steps up, calls on the fury of his god, brings his hammer down, and slays the goblin that is unconscious. With that, guys, you have killed all the goblins in sight. What would you like to do at this point?
Spellcaster. You're bleeding still.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Rub some moss in it, you'll be fine.
Does it look bad? Be honest with me. Am I gonna die?
You might.
No.
Okay, that was.
I've seen children take heavier blows. You're fine.
Yeah, but he's talking about like big children, like
Like kids, but your size.
yeah.
No.
All right. Can I have all four of you roll perception for me, please?
All right, mine's 13 plus 10 for 23.
Okay.
That'd be a 13 total.
18 plus 7 for 25.
And a 19.
Okay. So Davdithas, and Idabrix and Mihaly, you guys notice that the sounds of battle around you seem to be falling off. They seem to be calming down. It sounds like less of the goblin screeching at this point, and more of, people calling to each other, making sure that everybody's okay. And so you guys are off initiative, and you can tell me what you would like to do at this point.
I'd like to slap the nobleman.
I start inspecting my crossbow. Like, what the hell is wrong with this thing?
I use prestidigitation to turn my blood green and go, oh, what's going on here? As I'm like kind of bleeding out and dying anyway, but just for the last laugh,
Went down with a laugh, at least.
Alrighty.
Let's. I'd like to talk to the nobleman.
You want to
I
talk to
have serious concern before we approach that nobleman.
Okay. Okay, so Davdithas, go ahead.
Sir.
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden, I heard a loud crack. I was in the square, and there was goblins, and like people were attacked, and there was chaos everywhere, and things were on fire, and I don't know. I came up this way with some of the crowd, and when I came out here, these goblins were dancing around over here, and they were you guys saw. You came right as I killed my dog. My poor dog. Why would they do that?
Did your dog have a name?
Yeah, he did. It was Fred.
Fred. I liked Fred from the little bit I knew of him. We're gonna get revenge for him.
He was
do everything we can.
He was a good beast. He was a good beast. He stuck beside me. You guys can see he came between me and the threat, and he took care of me. So he was a good beast. We will definitely have a memorial to him.
I move past Davdithas, nudging him with my shoulder as I go, and I approach the nobleman with a look of anger in my eyes, pointing my hammer at him. Why did he say the Longshanks told them to do this?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never even heard that term Longshanks before.
It's what he was calling us.
I don't know. I don't know. I came here and I got attacked, as you guys can see.
Did you see where they came from by any chance?
Yeah, they came from up north. You know, if you look over there in the north, just past that building, those two trees, they came in and filtered down through there.
It does sound like things are quieting down around here. We should try and find someone in charge.
Okay. So he's like, "Oh, you guys have my sincerest thanks. Thank you so much for rescuing me. I mean, I can't believe it. Your skills are amazing." And
You're talking too much. Stop it.
I just kind of look over at Mihaly when he says our skills are really good. See him kind of bleeding on the ground. And I go, if you say so.
All right. So as you stand there and you guys collect yourselves, suddenly Father Xanthus comes walking out with Sheriff Hemlock. You guys remember Father Xanthus was the Cleric of Desna? And
how could I forget?
And how could you forget? And Sheriff Hemlock was the person who did did one of the speeches during when everybody was introduced, the mayor, Cydric. So they come out and they're looking around and they see you guys and they go, are you okay? Aldern, are you okay? And Aldern's, yeah. These brave citizens here, they stepped up, and I mean, you can see, unfortunately, the goblins got my dog, but they saved my life. They saved my life, and so Father Xanthus walks up to you guys specifically and says, "Are you guys okay? Are you hurt?"
Again, I look over at Mihaly.
I kind of reach up while laying on the ground and go, over here, please.
Okay. So Father Xanthus walks over to you and he lays his hands on. He draws forth the symbol of his god, presents it and says, Desna, by your grace, please heal these children. And anybody in a 30-foot radius heals for 15 points of hit points.
Can I use my spellcraft to figure out what he did?
He channeled energy. You know that being a Cleric of Desna.
He is a much stronger cleric than I.
Correct.
Yes.
So as the blood stops flowing and he looks down and he sees your wounds healing, the arrow pops out of Mihaly's chest and the hole closes up and he says, Desna be praised. By your glory, we will do this work.
Hop up to my feet, use prestidigitation to wipe the dust off my shoulders, and go, yeah, I feel great.
You feeling great?
Yeah, I'm feeling great now. Let's do this.
Okay, so as you guys are standing there, a figure walks out. She's a female. She has a sword in her hand, and she also has a lute behind her back. She is dressed in red armor, pauldrons, things that are covering. I forget the word for the armor on the legs. And she comes up and she's, Father Xanthus, Sheriff Hemlock, how are we? What's the situation? What's going on? And she looks over at you guys and she goes, who are you guys?
Winning team, obviously.
Okay. To be honest, I'm not even entirely sure who we all are. I mean,
just staring, not saying a word, staring.
Okay. All right. So she looks at Davdithas, says, "You're a cleric. You're a cleric of Desna."
I am, but I'm not from these parts.
Well, I mean, it looks like you guys did good work here today. Thank you so much. We any help to the town is appreciated. And what's your name?
My name is Davdithas. As you saw, I'm a cleric of Desna.
Well, we are well met, Davdithas. And then she looks over at Mihaly and says, "And what's your name, good sir?"
Oh, George.
Are you trying to bluff her?
little bit.
Roll it.
There's no reason for her to believe my name isn't George, but okay.
You can't tell a lie without bluffing it.
10 plus 4, 14.
Oh, okay.
My friends call me George.
I will hug him and kiss him and call him George.
So she believes your name is George. George, very nice to meet you.
Call me Jorge.
Okay. So after she reaches out to her hand to you and says, my thanks. This was such a crazy thing. I don't know what happened. And then with that, she swings over to Luna, swings over to Idabrix and says, what about you? What's your name?
Idabrix?
You guys, yeah, I can't say it enough. And then, as she's saying that, her gaze, washes over Gunnar, and she looks to him and says, good sir, what's your name?
I'm trying to, at this point, I jump in and to try to save him, and I'm like, you didn't tell us your name.
I'm Amiko. I am Amiko. I'm from this town. My family's from this town. I run an inn in town.
The Rusty Dragon.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Oh, we were there for your winter meat is quite nice.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Well, thank you. So she looks off for a second. She looks at Father Xanthus and Father Xanthus and Sheriff Hemlock, and she's like, what's the situation? What's going on? So Sheriff Hemlock steps up and he says, well, it looks like we've run off the majority of the goblins. They're fleeing, but there's a lot of work to be done right now. There's a lot of fires going on. There's a lot of people that could use healing. And at this, he looks at you, Davdithas, and he says, you being a cleric of Desna, I assume you have the ability to help heal?
Not as well as you, but I'll do what I can.
This is the sheriff, not Father Xanthus.
Not as well as Father Xanthus, but I'll do what I can.
Yeah, any help, even if somebody can just pack wounds or, if you guys, any kind of help like that. So Father Xanthus looks at you all, and he says, I've got to take my leave. There's people out there that need us. May the blessing of Desna go upon you, my children. And I hope to meet you guys again soon. So with that, Father Xanthus runs off, and Sheriff Hemlock looks at you guys and just says, can you guys offer any help?
I'm here to help. He's still
yes. No.
Well, if you can't help with healing as well, there's fires to be put out. There's things of that nature, and any help would be appreciated. So
I know a thing too about fire. Yes, I'll go help put out fires.
Okay. So before you, if Mihaly or Idabrix, do you guys want to help out in any capacity?
Yeah, I'll help out. I'm probably better suited to helping with the fires.
Okay.
Or just general stuff like that.
Okay, excellent. And Mihaly?
Yeah, perhaps I can aid another and follow Davdithas.
Okay.
Help heals.
Okay, excellent. So before you guys take off, Miko looks at you and says, I offer you the comforts of my fine establishment, food, lodging, and here she ponders for a second, nods her head, and as well as drinks around the house for the next week. You have my deepest appreciation. When you are ready, seek out the Rusty Dragon Inn. Anyone in town can point you in the direction, but you sound like you might already know where it is. Your rooms, some curry spice salmon, and early winter drop mead will be waiting as well. And with that, she bows and starts off and looks like she's trying to go find somewhere where she could help out with. So at this point, you guys as a party, you guys separate, go your separate ways. And Davdithas is going to go help healing. Gunnar and Idabrix will follow the sheriff and see what they can do with the system with the putting out fires for the day. When you guys are ready, you can let me know and you can start heading towards the town. Heading towards the Rusty Dragon Inns for the night.
I mean, if our work is done, then absolutely.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
when we finish up putting up fires and healing people, we'll head to the Dragon Inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, before we head there, I'd like to speak to Mihaly real quick.
are you trying to pull him off to the side?
I mean, me and him went off to work
Yep.
together, right?
True. That is true. Yep.
Yeah. So, I just kind of look at him and I'm like, George?
It's a long story, man. I've reason to believe there might be some people looking for me, and you don't know who you can trust when you're in a new town.
I mean, I was one of the people looking for you, and you didn't say your name was George.
But I'm not sure if my reputation precedes me. I got a different sense of motivation from someone such as yourself, a cleric of Desna, you know.
I mean, she offered us free drinks for a week.
Yeah.
I'd like to approach the two of them while they're talking too.
They're out right now. They're currently out working, and you guys are working at the on putting out fires.
Okay.
All I'm saying, man, is we're in this together. We gotta start trusting a couple people.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're probably right, but you know, you learn a few tricks here or there when you're trying to make it on your own.
Yeah, maybe I'll learn a few from
I'll
you.
follow your lead.
All right, George, right this way. Let's go to the Rusty Dragon.
All right. So, Davdithas and Mihaly, it takes you about 15 minutes to walk from where you're at over to the Rusty Dragon Inn. Can I have perception checks from both of you?
Boom. We are a 8 plus 10 for 18.
And a 2.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was profession. It probably doesn't matter though. It was still a D20 roll. It's your call.
Give me another roll, please.
1. That'd be great.
An 8.
All right. So two things stick out to you on the way over. Davdithas, as you're walking over to the Rusty Dragon Inn with Mihaly, you're just casually looking throughout the at the town and looking at the damage and the what's going on, the damage, the people that hurt. One thing you happen to notice is that there's the corpses of thousands of butterflies throughout the city. This sticks out to you, being the symbol of your god, and you think something has happened that has caused all these butterflies to die. So, Mihaly, as you're walking, as you guys are working throughout the day, the rest of the day to help and heal the people, unfortunately, you happen to notice and recognize one of the faces that of the people that have succumbed. As you're walking back towards town, a cart rolls by you, and you
Not
look.
Jed.
You look down and you see Jed. His throat is cut open, and unfortunately, he has passed away. So,
Jed, one of my only friends, I take my turnip out of my bag and say, "This one's for you, buddy." It's already got one bite out of it, but I'll add a second.
okay.
Ugh, cringe more and just kind of place it on top of him and say my goodbyes.
Okay.
Sorry
All
for
right.
your loss.
So you guys get back to the Rusty Dragon, and with that, we're going to switch over to Gunnar and Idabrix. Gunnar and Idabrix. So you guys walk off with Sheriff Hemlock, and he starts to bring you over to some of the where the guards are working. Obviously, there's bucket brigades going on. With it being a sea town, a port town, there's a lot of avenues to water, but people have started a bucket brigade, and they are using that to put the fires out. So if you want, he just he's like, this is such an unfortunate event. I don't why today of all days, like who would have done this? Like who, like I don't know. I don't know why this senseless violence has happened. And with that, you guys put a couple hours into, helping getting the fires under control. And at the end of the day, he reaches over to you and shakes and, hands it and puts out his hand and says, "We just want to thank you. You guys as citizens stepped up and, you helped defend this town. So you have my heartfelt thanks." And he throws his hand out.
I take his hand and I look at Luna and then I look at the sheriff again. Something one of them said concerns me.
What did he say?
They were calling us Longshanks.
They were calling you Longshanks.
Yes.
Wow, yeah,
And they said it
that's a very
several
derogatory.
times
Sorry,
in the fight.
they said it several
They
times.
said it several times in the fight.
Okay.
Before we killed the last one, one said the Longshanks said we would win.
That's troublesome. Yeah, the Longshanks is a term used by goblins to describe. It's a derogatory term for us humans. That's troubling indeed. We will have to. I'll have to bring this to Mayor Devon, and we're gonna have to investigate this. So Amiko said that you guys had your lodgings all set. You know, you guys have done a great job. Why don't you retire for the night and go take a, go get some rest and relaxation, and in the morning sometime tomorrow we'll revisit this.
Tomorrow then.
Good day, sir. And he walks off.
Come, little. So, little one.
Right, let's go get some dinner, I guess.
I mean, that's all that's left, isn't there?
Yeah. And I could really, really use a bath.
All right. So as you guys start walking down towards the Western Dragon, you get down there just about the same time that Davdithas and Mihaly arrive as well. When you enter the inn, Amiko is there, and she looks and she says, "Well, I'm glad you guys came. I'm glad you guys came and checked out, and staying at my, my humble establishment." And she looks at you and she says, she reaches in her pocket and grabs the silver and tosses it back to Mihaly and says, "Your money is no good here." And Mihaly, your room is already. I'm sorry, George. Your room is all. George. It was George. George, your room is all prepared upstairs. If you give us a couple minutes, Gunnar, Davdithas, and Idabrix will have your rooms prepared. But if you want, you can sit down. You can put your gear by the fire, and or in the corner or wherever, and we'll get you a plate of food and some mead set up momentarily.
I toss back the silver and say, keep it as a tip. You guys obviously have more problems here than we do on the road.
She tips her head at you. All right. So you guys can do whatever you want from here. If you want to sit at the table and wait for your food, or Mihaly, your room is already made up. So whatever you guys like to do at this point.
Gunnar.
Thus, what do we do?
Well, Gunnar, Idabrix, how were things on your end with the fires?
Smoky.
Smoke, that makes sense. You are a man of wisdom, I see.
And warm. It was a little toasty.
Today reminded me of a time in my home when the chickens got loose in the long home and the cooking stewards dropped the hot coals and half the town burned. Spent a lot of time putting out fires. It reminded me of home.
Is that
kind of nice?
That's very nice.
We ate chicken for weeks.
I can imagine.
We don't have chickens anymore, by the way.
One would assume. How about a round of mead, folks? Who needs a drink?
Sounds great.
I'm pretty
I was suddenly
died. I think I need a drink.
I was hankering for chicken too.
I believe they have salmon here. We could grab a plate of that. It's the fish. It's salmon is the chicken of the sea, we'll say.
Okay.
Close enough.
I thought that was tuna.
Just gonna wave a round over. Let's get this started.
All right. So in a couple minutes, as you guys are sitting there, the server comes over and brings 4 plates of curried salmon and 8 8 glasses or 8 tankards of the winter mead and sets them down in front of you.
So I'm just gonna reach forward and grab like 6 of them and just slowly start to pull them back towards myself.
They're just like regular sized tankards, right?
Yes.
You understand I'll eat your face, right?
And I slowly push them back to the middle.
And I'm like sitting at the table, like trying to reach for one.
I'll just grab 2. I'll hand one to Idabrix.
No,
and
thank you.
one for myself.
All right, guys, with that, we're going to take a 5-minute break. Join us back in about 5 minutes for further adventures of this motley crew.
Oh, heck yeah.
We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we are back. So when we left off at the break, our heroes were at the tavern for the night, enjoying some food and some mead. And you guys can take it from here if you want to, whatever you want to do, let me know.
All right. I have a question for all of you.
Hopefully we have an answer for you.
I hope so. We still don't entirely know why we're all here together.
Is it about chicken?
I in a sense. I mean, you said in your hometown they had chickens?
Once, long, long ago.
They almost sound mythical. But like, where are you all from? Why are we all here together?
I'm from the north through the mists where the land is cold and covered in snow.
But what made you come here?
That is a long story. I was sent here by the Valkyrie to find 3 of you. I think I have.
And I myself come from a land I can't even begin to tell you about. Found myself here randomly with nothing but the words of my god saying to find what I believe is the 3 of you. But why, I'm not entirely sure.
I am just traveling. I came from a halfling settlement a long time ago and left a long time ago, and here I am.
And you, George?
Not gonna let that one go, are you?
How can I?
I come from a small village far off in the woods. I'm not even sure how to get back there now. I left a long, long time ago. I have many aliases, as you know, traveling, trying to fly under the radar, but I feel like I can trust you guys to some degree.
Is there
Obviously,
something that brought you here?
In combat, I just traveling around. It was by mere chance that I was on Jeb's wagon. Poor old Jeb. And we rolled up to Sandpoint. He said it was a nice town and there was a festival happening, and I thought I might check it out. A crowd's always nice to hide away in, you know?
So Gunnar and I were sent here to find each other and you. You guys just happen to be here by chance?
That is a interesting coincidence, isn't it? Are you sure you're looking for me? And
I mean, I guess. I'm not really sure. I haven't had a chance
Gunnar
to sleep
has these
yet.
flashy tattoos, but a man like myself, I would just cast light on my chest and be like, "Ooh, flashy tattoo! You're the one."
Yeah, you're not the only one who knows that
Literally
trick.
flashy tattoos.
Are you doubting the maidens of my god?
I'm gonna just scooch back for a moment.
Yeah. How close am I to the door? No.
Start to slide under the table.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm sure you can understand that.
George?
Does he actually think your name is George, or?
No, I don't think so.
You know him as Mihaly from before. You know him as Mihaly from before.
It's hard to tell with Gunnar sometimes.
Why did he call you George then?
I've gained a few skills on the road. That's the best way to say it.
But a skill is not a name. A name is a name.
That is a fact. That's very apt of you, sir. Sometimes you're not sure who you can trust, and you have to, stretch the truth a little bit and tell your.
So you lied.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a moral and ethical debate. We don't need to get into that.
Hey, Idabrix, there's an empty table over here if you want to join me.
Hey, why don't we head over there?
Let's go over there. All right.
I don't do
Gunnar,
moral
what brings you
ethical
here,
debate.
friend?
Well, I told you I was involved in a long.
What's with all these Valkyries and the tattoos and glowing when you see me, and the cleric and the rogue?
I am a son of the Northlands of the old gods. Of a time when battle ravaged the lands. Things were much different then. Things are much different now. Blessed by Brother Bear, looked over by the All-Father, guided by Thor's hammer. I am I. I'm here to find you, and I'm here to reclaim glory and find favor once more.
So how does Sandpoint work into this?
Pardon me?
How does this town, Sandpoint, isn't this a bit curious that we happen to all be here and we happen to be the ones who ended up fighting off the goblins?
This is where the cold wind took me. I was to find the three of you. I was to quest.
Is that to say it's fate?
No, it's done by the Valkyries.
I'm gonna just take your word for it.
I'm not one to argue with him.
Davdithas and Idabrix, did you guys actually move to another table, or is this still? Was it you just?
Nah, we were just joking.
Okay.
No, we're still participating in this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. I just. Where's oh gosh, what's her name? The one who gave us the free stuff.
Amico.
The pretty one.
Yeah, I knew you had a thing for her. I knew it. I had a feeling you should ask her.
I can't.
You can't, or you won't.
No, I can't.
It's all coming together, big guy. You're a little bit shy.
Oh, the big guy's shy.
You don't understand. I can't.
Okay.
Are you saying you're not able to,
No, I don't know. What can't I?
I think he could do pretty much anything. I'm just, yep. Not gonna irritate him.
All right.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Can we get 12 more mead over here? This guy needs some liquid courage.
Alrighty.
There's not enough in this place.
So the bartender comes over and places 2 more tankards of mead for each of you.
Bar spender, I have this question you. I have to ask you a question, bartender.
Okay.
This is a whole joblin back and is this the first times?
What?
Is this the first times is the goblins in here
Have attacked here?
Yeah,
in a long memory. Yeah. They're I mean, this periodic, you hear rumblings here and there about out in the countryside, and this goblin tribe's about, but large scale like this, this hasn't happened in a long time.
It's just a festival, huh?
He looks back over to Emiko and he goes, "This one's 86th."
I'm not 86. I'm young. You leave me alone.
Okay. So the bartender reaches down on the table and slides the tankards. He separates the tankards that are left that haven't been touched. Pushes one over to Mihaly, one over to Idabrix, and one over to Gunnar.
Hey, cheers, bartender.
Salute.
Davdithas, you all right there, buddy?
Gunnar, I reach over and I grab him by the back of the head, lifting his head up. Little one, Are you with us?
Am I the little one? I thought she was the little one.
You're all little.
All little ones.
Little ones.
I feel like I'm with you. I feel like I'm really with you right now. Okay.
We should sing.
Sing. Okay. Whatever you say.
Oh no.
So
I let go of his head.
as Davdithas and Gunnar start belting out a rowdy chorus of let's just say, what kind of song are you guys singing? Are you singing like a typical drinking song, or what are we doing?
Absolutely no drinking song from home.
Okay, so Davdithas knows none of the words, and it doesn't matter if he did because he just slurred through the rest of it. So he throws in like a word here and there, like you hear Desna. Heroes, yeah. Glory. And so this goes on for quite some time. The night settles down, and you guys notice that everybody else in the common room has cleared themselves, and the kitchen looks to be closing. And Amiko comes over and goes, it's been a very long night, very long day, friends, new friends. I strongly suggest grabbing some sleep if you can. We don't know what the tomorrow brings to us. There could be some work. We might have to tap you guys for some help, but you have my heartfelt and sincerest thanks for what you've done for this town. She picks up she brings she has a tankard of ale of mead with her, and she puts it out and she goes, a toast to you.
A toast.
The roast.
Pork roast?
Cork roast.
He said.
Okay. So
yeah, we'll go with it.
okay. All right. So you guys go to your respective rooms and you sleep. Or if there's any preparations you would like to do before you go to bed, you let me know. Otherwise, the night passes uneventfully.
When I wake up in the morning, I'm just gonna need a little time to pray.
Okay.
That's about
Yes.
it.
Yes,
I
you
also
are.
Hangover.
I also wake up
All
in
right.
the morning and I pray to my God.
Okay. We'll start with. Okay. So Davdithas, your actions as you wake up in the morning.
I search for. Actually, I'm gonna search for a little bit of water.
Okay.
And get that in my system so I can then just take a moment to pray to Desna.
Okay. All right. So Mihaly.
I'm just snoozing. I'm just sleeping in until someone comes and finds me. I got nothing to do this morning.
Okay. All right, Gunnar.
I wake up. I clean my weapons carefully. The entire time praying to the three gods that I observe from my pantheon.
Okay. Which are?
Odin, Baldur, and Thor.
Okay. Idabrix.
Yeah, I'm also doing the sleeping in thing.
Okay. As you guys wake in the morning, and you're going about your business, Amiko comes and walks down the hallways and kind of taps on all your doors and says, food's ready. Whenever you guys are ready, food's ready. Loudly, she's saying this. She's like, again, it's on the house, so help yourself to whatever food you find, whatever you want down there. So.
All right, I'm gonna leave my room, head down there.
Okay.
I'm ready for food.
As
I'll
you
get up and head down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll out of bed and follow them.
All right.
Hearing the doors, I'll follow behind all of them.
Okay. So as you guys got down to the common room, the barman yells over to you, grab a seat wherever you want, and we'll bring some food over in a minute.
Well, let's not sit where we sat last night. Just bad memories right now.
Okay.
Maybe a little fresh air, something close to a window or door.
You could find that. You could find some fresh air coming in through a window.
I will take it.
I use prestidigitation to create a light breeze and just kind of like a little leaf blower action happening towards Davdithas.
Okay. So like
So he's
a little bit of a fan on him.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
just gotta wake up my buddy here. He's obviously suffering.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. What's on the menu for this morning?
So the bartender comes over and puts 4 plates of food down in front of you guys. And it is venison and duck egg. And and you know, puts down some black coffee.
Thank God.
Or as we call in this world, tar bean tea, and places that down in front of you guys. And anything else I can get you?
A cup of water as well, please.
You look like you need it, friend. You know what, friend? I've got the perfect thing for you. I'm gonna bring you over something that's gonna fix you right up. Okay.
All right, I'm with it.
Okay. So he goes back to the kitchen. You guys have the fresh foods, and you know you got this beautiful set of food in there. And whatever you'd like to do.
I will eat my food.
Okay.
if that goes without saying.
So, how did everyone sleep last night? Yesterday was glorious, no?
glorious isn't really the word I would pick, but
Yeah, I would say terrifying.
yeah, a little bit scary.
I smashed my hand on the desk, or on the table. We honored our ancestors, we saved lives, and we put down the enemy. It was a good day.
We also
Don't you
lost
say it
lives.
like that.
Pretty sure we honored your ancestors, but not mine.
And
Oh.
the dead will be remembered. We will
All
set
right.
pyres through the evening.
And the bartender comes over, interrupts, and places a cup down in front of the cider.
What is it?
Do you want to know?
What color is it?
So it looks like it's kind of like beigeish gray.
And its consistency, is it like clear?
It's a very thick.
I'm just gonna look up at him and be like, and you promise this will work?
I'll take one of those as well. It looks like liquid bread. I could use some.
Okay.
Liquid bread.
Yes, liquid bread.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what? If he's doing it, I'm keeping up. Let's do this.
Just as he goes to take a sip, I use prestidigitation to make just deciders or just Davdithas taste super sweet, like apple juice or something. Really nice.
This is delicious.
Oh.
This is the best thing I've ever had. I love it. Tastes like apple juice. Oh, man. I feel great. I feel fantastic.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
So Davdithas finishes a cup. The bartender comes over and drops a cup in front of Gunnar and says, "Here you go as well, sir." Amiko said this is all in the house, so guys drink and eat up.
Gunnar, you are going to love it. It is delicious.
Hands around the tankard, bottoms up.
So Gunnar smashes it back. It is the foulest thing you've probably ever tasted in your life. It has a consistency of chunky milk.
Okay.
And it kind of tastes like a little bit of raw egg, a little bit of like something super briny, and something a little bit fermented.
Interesting.
You don't love it? This is interesting. Doesn't sound like you love it.
All right. So as you guys are sitting there, the door opens, and Sheriff Hemlock walks in, and he looks around the room, sees you guys, calls over to the barkeep, and says, "Can you send over my usual breakfast?" Bartender, nods his head. Yep. We'll be right over, Sheriff Hemlock. So Sheriff Hemlock comes and sits down with you guys.
It tastes like it has fish eyes. And seawater. Something like my mother used to make.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
you do like it. Hey, Sheriff, you ever had one of these before?
He looks over and he's like, "Yeah, I've had 1 or 2 of those in my day."
Isn't it great?
I don't think "great's" the term for it.
What do you mean? It tasted so good.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So he gives you a look like, reals, for realsies.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm sorry about what happened to the town yesterday. I'm just glad we were here to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a help with something. I need if you guys could. So Father Xanthus reached out to me a little bit. He sent a runner over to come grab me, and he wants us to meet him over at the entryway to the chapel. I'm not sure what quite is going on over there, but would you guys be willing to come with me up there and find out what's going on?
Yes.
I would be more than happy to.
Father Xanthus seems like a nice fellow. I'll tag along for sure.
Okay. So we'll finish up our food here, and then we'll run over there. So his food comes out, and he eats it pretty quickly. He's a soldier. He a guard. He works through it pretty quickly and efficiently. The one thing you do notice about him, he definitely has that militaristic lifestyle to him, with quick, efficient actions. So as you guys finish up, he's like, let's go move out. So he steps outside and waits for you guys to come out.
I'll go out.
Yeah, I'll go out.
Okay.
Yep.
Follow along.
All right. So as you guys walk over there, he just, he looks over and he goes, "So where are you all from?"
I just look at everyone and I'm like, from my understanding, this might take a bit.
I'm just curious. You guys are obviously new to town and just want to get a little bit of, idea about. I mean, your actions are, not in question. Just trying to learn a little bit about you.
Well, as far as me, I'm not really sure where I'm from because I'm not really sure where I am.
In Sandpoint.
This is a foreign land to me.
Oh, okay.
I was brought here by Desna when I had nowhere else to go.
Okay.
And I've never seen or heard of this place before.
Okay.
Or seen some of your kind.
Okay. All right. All right. So, how long are y'all gonna be here?
Forever?
Oh.
Forever? Like you're gonna?
I'm
you're gonna?
definitely just traveling through town. I'm not sure about the rest of these fine folks here, but
Okay.
my intention was just to view the festival now. All this, so unless there's something else I can be of assistance with.
All right. Well, let's see. What's have you guys? Any of you guys ever encountered goblins before?
Can't say that I have.
I've heard tales of them, but never seen them.
I've seen such things before.
You've heard what? Do you have any experience fighting them?
I've experienced fighting. Not them necessarily.
To him, I don't think it matters what it is. It's kind of all the same fighting.
Gotcha.
Like a squish, squish, stomp, stomp kind of style.
Okay. All right. So, did you guys know each other before you came here, or did you guys fought so well yesterday?
They're new to me. We just kind of happened to meet. I was sent here to find them, I believe. And he thinks he was sent here to find me, the big one.
Okay.
It's all kind of confusing to us.
Okay.
I just ended up here, so
Yeah.
I'm just along for the ride, I guess.
I second that one. I'm here until it loses my interest.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so as you guys walk up to the cathedral, you see Father Xanthus. He steps out of the cathedral, and he goes, he comes out and he, the blessing of Desna be upon you, my children.
And same on to you.
How was your night? I might have a favor to ask, but how was your night?
I don't remember most of it.
You don't remember? Oh, I see. I see. The celebrate. You guys, well, not maybe not such a celebration, but you guys enjoyed your cups a little bit.
I know I did.
I will say that the beds in Amiko's Tavern are far superior to the back of a turnip cart. I appreciate you for it.
You guys stayed at the Rusty Dragon?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now I gotta ask, did you guys get fixed up with that little cure in the morning?
Oh, did we ever?
A couple of those. What is that anyway?
Amiko really hasn't told us what it is, but it works, right? You guys feel better?
Throw a little hair in your chest type of drink.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I feel fantastic. So you said you have a favor to ask us?
Yeah, we noticed something weird. So where you guys currently are, if you look at the map, is you're in the northeast part of town. You were up in the square yesterday, right before the big chapel. The big chapel, where they were consecrating. So that you were around there. So farthest Xanthus points over to the western wall in this building over here. It's kind of like a tower, and as you look over there's a graveyard between the two of you. It kind of looks like a tower, but he starts to explain. He's like, can you see over there? Can you see that building over there? It's, I know it kind of looks like a guard post, but it's a crypt. How much do you know about Sandpoint history?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, so we had a fire 5 years ago. We mentioned it a little bit in the speech. Did you guys hear the speeches yesterday?
We did.
Yeah.
So there was a fire about 5 years ago, and unfortunately, the former head of the church here, Ezekian, he unfortunately passed in that time, and I've been kind of taking care of things and helping out and doing what we could with our temporary chapel since then. But he's buried in there, and if you guys look over, it looks like that crypt may have been tampered with.
You think it happened during the attack?
I noticed it, this morning when I woke up. I can't say. I don't really have a timeline of when it could have happened, and but I mean, it sticks out. I noticed it this morning on my, I take a walk every morning around, the area to, keep myself fit, and I happened to notice it, and I was, I reached out to Sheriff Hemlock, and I was hoping that you guys could go take a look for me. With everything going on, the guards occupied, patrolling the town, and trying to make sure that nothing's happening. Would you just I'd feel better if you it's probably nothing. It's honestly probably nothing, but I'd feel better if you guys could go take a look for me.
It's fine by me.
Yeah.
Be more than happy to.
I'll go anyway. I can't speak for everybody.
Oh, I've never been in a crypt, so new experiences away. Let's do this.
Okay.
Gunnar?
I'm always down for some adventure.
Then it's decided.
We're all on board.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys walk through the graveyard, and the when you get over there, I'm going to have you guys roll some perception checks for me, please.
Why do you bury your dead?
We do them honor. This is the way our people do our honor to them.
Truly odd.
All right, I feel like I'm going to notice.
25 for me.
Yeah, I've got a 19 plus 10 for 29.
For 29. Mihaly, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Okay. And Idabrix?
Mine was a 18 plus 7 for 25.
And Gunnar?
In 14.
Okay. So, Davdithas, Mihaly, and Idabrix. I'm sorry, Davdithas, Idabrix, and Gunnar. You notice when you go over towards the crypt, in the wall to the north of the, you notice that there's footprints about. There's a bunch of footprints about. It looks to be, so a lot of the footprints looks to be of like a smaller foot. And then there's the footprints, one set of footprints from a larger creature. Two-footed, I mean bipedal. So, does anybody have survival?
I do.
Trained only.
I believe that is trained only.
Okay.
I have survival.
Give me a survival roll.
That'll be a 15, Mike.
Okay, so you can distinguish that there is definitely been about 5 to 6 goblins walking through there, and as well as one human. So these tracks come over the wall to the north of this crypt, and on the north side of the about 20 feet past the crypt. They come over the wall. There's markings. There's a little bit of mud left on the wall, and then you see the steps coming over the crypt.
Okay.
The crypt. When you get up to the crypt, it looks like the doors are closed, and you can go from there.
Can I use detect magic?
You can.
Cool.
Getting really low to the earth, I get down on my knees and hands, and I lean close and I sniff the footprints, and I touch the earth and see how it's soft or firm and how it moves, and I feel the traces and the outlines of the footprints, and I move over to the wall. And I touch the wall and move up along it, watching where the tracks were.
Okay.
Or looking back at everyone else. Those are goblins and human tracks.
Not wanting to get shown up by him, I mimic his actions and look at him and say, I 100% agree.
What can you tell me about the human tracks?
They are humanoid.
Okay.
Long shank, one might
But-
say.
By the depth and the movement, they weren't moving out of purpose or paranoia or worry. They were moving with the goblinoid tracks. Look here. The heel
Yes.
prints are solid as they stood around.
I noticed that as well. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you trying to bluff?
Yes.
Roll it up.
Oh, gosh. I was not
Davdithas,
ready
give me a
for
bluff, and Gunnar, give me a sense motive, please.
that. Oh, no. That's a 6 + 1 for 7. Oh.
That would be a 9.
Okay, so Gunnar clearly looks at you, knows you're full of it. You know you're not fooling anybody at this point, Davdithas.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I'd still agree with him.
Come
Okay.
here, holy man.
No, I'm good. There's things to look over here.
No, come here, holy man. I want to show you something.
Okay. I shall approach.
Look at the spread on the toes here. I will teach you something. I will learn you something, creature.
Okay, I'm looking at him.
They muddled. They connived. They spoke and planned. They listened as if to the evil trickster, their words melodic and entrancing. They followed orders.
So you're saying this was very purposeful. They had a
Indeed.
goal when they came in here.
Exactly.
Well, where do they lead? They leave over the wall, right?
They came in from the wall.
Can we see where they end?
They end. Anybody who made the initial check, they end at right in front of the tomb door.
Father Xanthus is with us, right?
No, he's not. He remained back
No.
at the chapel.
Whatever it was that came to that tomb, we should check it out.
Are the footsteps going towards the tomb or out of the tomb?
Mihaly, you did not make your check. So
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Gunnar this. He
Okay.
seems to know what's going on.
Okay.
Davdithas clearly doesn't.
Hey, I can tell where the prints are. I just don't know what they are.
So you're asking Gunnar?
Yeah, I was asking Gunnar, are they coming or are they going? What do the prints tell you?
They came in, they went into the tomb.
You do see Prince leaving as well, Gunnar.
And there are several that came out there and
So
there
if
and
we go
there.
in there, we're not sure whether we'll be up against the whole group or some or more or what.
I want to jump
What a
in
way
real
to
quick.
start it.
I want to resolve your action, Mihaly, because you had cast Detect Magic. You do not detect any magic in the immediate area. Proceed.
We need to know what was in that tomb.
Well, Father Xanthus sure would appreciate it if we came back and told him there was nothing to worry about, so onward we go.
Spread out.
Are you sure there's nothing to worry about? I feel like there's plenty to worry about.
How bad could it be? We killed all of them out there, right? It's probably not.
The whole village was on fire
Famous
yesterday.
last words. How bad could it be?
Yeah.
I almost died.
We are all gonna die today. Thanks.
We watched
very
a
much.
dog die in front of us.
Here, I'll give you a little blessing. I cast light on my finger and kind of boop his nose.
I don't think you're taking this seriously.
I start making my way into the tomb.
The doors are closed.
I start approaching the tomb,
Okay.
checking the doors. Easy to open? They feel like it?
You feel the handles turn, like it is unlocked, but it feels like it's stuck.
Well, that's not good.
A little funk on it. Throw my shoulder in it and start pushing.
Give me a strength check, please.
Be a total of 13.
So Gunnar leans into it and he nudges it with his shoulder a couple times, and at each successful, nudge into it, it feels like they're separating and that they're opening it in. It'll take you a couple minutes to work at this to do it if you'd like to continue.
Yep.
Okay.
How far am I from, how long would it take me to go speak with Father Xanthus if I wanted to walk back?
Crossing the graveyard would probably take like five minutes.
Do you guys think we should maybe ask Father Xanthus what was in here? It definitely seems like someone.
He did already tell you that it was the bones of the previous priest that ran that used to lead this chapel.
But why would they? He told us they were the bones of the previous priest who used to run this chapel.
There was a large fire here 5 years ago. How long have these bones been in here?
But why would they take the bones?
Yeah, what interest would they have in this crypt? Surely there's nothing in there. We have nothing to worry about. Let's just put the old man at ease.
The bones can speak of the past. You've never heard these things before. Bones of the ancestors. Surely a priest like yourself has used the bones of his ancestors to work out the future. Tell of coming raids, crops.
Can't say that I have. Butterflies, maybe. Bones, no.
Runes?
I'm just gonna give you a hand with that door before this gets too weird.
Alrighty. So as you step up to the door, as you step into the crypt, light from the outside spills through the doorway, illuminating the inside of the entryway. Partially obscured by the dust that is kicked up. Despite appearing impeccably clean, a smell of slight musk hangs in the air. The hallway spanning out north from the door is 25 feet at its widest and has periodic alcoves every 5 feet on both sides of the hallway as far as you can see.
Oh, this is quite the tomb.
One guy's bones in here?
I mean, he was important.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
So
Guys or crypts?
Both, I guess. Well, let's check it out.
So because it is dark, you can see, like I said, you can see about 40 feet in front of you, 40, 45 feet.
Is that considering the fact that my nose is illuminated?
Yes.
Okay.
That was on my finger. And I'm gonna boop to you, but for lore purposes, I'll dispel that.
Thank you.
Pick up a rock or something, a pebble around.
You can find a rock.
Always a little piece of debris, and I'll cast light onto it and lob it down the hallway as far as I can.
Okay, so I'll say you can throw it about 60 feet.
Sure.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Alrighty, so you look down the hallway and you can see about to there. So you're about, 60, 80 feet in front of you. And it continues to be dark ahead of that. But you do notice as you get about 60 feet down, it widens, the mouth of the opening opens up a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna walk in cautiously down to about where the opening is, where it widens.
I'm gonna follow you because I'm super
We have
curious.
our tokens on map.
No, but we can absolutely.
I stop at the doorway and watch them all walk in. Scratch my head a little bit before looking back at the sheriff. Can we have torches?
I don't have any torches with me, but we can. We could go.
Can we send for some?
Sure, I'll go get some.
Okay, I'll wait here. Thank you.
So I put you guys down. You can place yourself in whatever order you want. Gunnar, if you don't want to be in there yet, you just let me know.
Yeah, Gunnar's waiting outside, looking in after the three that walked right past him.
All right.
I'm gonna turn over my shoulder and say, Gunnar, if you need torches, and then cast a little light on my fingertip and say, I got you, buddy.
How many times can you do this?
As many as you need. I can cast 100 of them on the end of your hammer there, and you could walk in that way and blind anything you strike in the face. I know you like striking things in the face.
I just look over at.
I unsheath my hammer and hold it out, and then hold up my shield.
I just rapidly cast light and just pepper it with little balls of light.
Okay. It still reaches the same area.
Torches? I don't need no stinking torches.
Well, now that we've established we have sources of light, now's a good time to tell you I can kind of see a little bit better than the rest of you. So I'm just gonna walk forward to the corner here and take a peek around.
All right. So Davdithas, as you get there, can you give me a perception check, please?
I would love to. It's been the thing I've waiting for all day. And that is a 16 plus 10 for 26.
Okay. So first of all, you can see out to about here now.
It's a big room.
It is a big room. But you hear the creaking of bones.
Well, I knew I was old, but not that old. Does anyone else hear that?
You're stepping up into the mouth of the giant open room, looking in, peering about.
Can you say that one more time?
I step up into the opening, holding up my hammer, looking left and right, trying to hear what he's telling us he hears.
Okay. Can you roll a perception for me, please?
I can, but it's not going to work.
Okay.
I'm actually not really listening to what I'm actually kind of curious, so I'm gonna go right behind him and peek into like one of these little alcoves.
Sure.
I want to kind of see what those are all about.
So the alcoves look like at one point they may have been a like statues there or something of that nature. But they're nothing like that. They're like 5 foot cutouts. And you don't see anything in there.
Okay.
This is rather peculiar.
Okay, and so Gunnar rolled a 7 on his perception, and you don't hear what you think. You don't hear anything as you move up there.
I could have swore I heard bones, and you don't hear it, huh?
Maybe it's that drink getting in your ears. I think maybe tonight you should drink less.
I think you might be right on that one, but
You can't hold your liquor well, little man.
let's just err on the side of caution on this one.
Okay.
I'm not feeling good about this.
That might be the nausea.
Alrighty. So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna press forward a little bit,
Okay.
slowly and cautiously, moving about another 15 to 20 feet in, straight into the middle of the open room.
Okay, so as you do, the creaking sound, you hear, you specifically, Davdithas, you hear the sound of what, like creaking bones, and it sounds like they might have like lifted up off the ground, and I'm gonna need you to roll initiative, guys.
I have rolled a 4.
I have a 9 + 3 for 12.
I have a 21.
11.
I am going last.
No, I'm going. Oh wait, no, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Thanks for that moment of hope, though. I appreciate that.
Okay. So the as you look down, Davdithas, you see bones start to stir on the ground. They're forming up. They're moving up, and they it's like as if by magic the bones like roll up on each other, coming up and forming a this creature, and I will share it with you. The pile of bones suddenly stirs, rising up to take on a human shape. Its long bony fingers reach out to claw at the living. So you see in front of you two of these creatures. They both have a shield and a sword. The rotting, all the meat has rotted off their bones. They stand there in front of you with as risen skeletons. And gotta open this up a little bit more so you can see. And they stand about 20 feet in front of you. The room you're in currently is about an 80 to 100 foot room. On the western wall, there's an alcove that as well is opening up, and there's two rooms in front of you on the northern wall. Gunnar, you are up, sir.
Ah, fun. I'm gonna charge 50 and engage the first one.
Okay.
Almost forgot. All right. This is why we burn our dead. As I swing, and that's a mighty miss with a roll of a 5.
So Gunnar bellows this war cry about the follies of of burying their dead, and runs in and takes a swing at the skeleton, and it glances off the skeleton's shield and he misses. So that brings us to the skeleton. So the skeleton in front of you brings to bear a broken scimitar, and takes a swing at you with that. He swings for AC 15. Does that hit?
That's a miss.
That's a miss. Okay. And with his with that, we swing to Idabrix. Sorry.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to move up. Let's see. I'm going to move up about 10 feet just so that I'm in the room. And then I'm going to shoot with my crossbow at the one on the western side of the room.
Okay. All right, let's see the attack.
Let's see it indeed. That's not it. Hold on, sorry. There we go. There's a 13 plus 5 for an 18.
Okay, let's see. That looks like it's a hit.
All right. And, oops. So that will be 5.
All right, so as Idabrix steps forward, raises her crossbow, and lets fly with a bolt at the skeleton, it goes in and rattles in its cage a little bit, but you don't think it did any damage. Alrighty. Mihaly, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to take a full move action up to, let's see, 5 feet to the right of Davdithas, leaving a little gap between us.
Okay.
I'm going to ready in action Acid Splash for anyone who comes in range.
Okay. All right. So we move on to the next skeleton. The next skeleton is going to shamble. It's going to groan and start to shamble towards Davdithas. Excuse me, Davdithas.
Oh.
Sorry.
Whoa.
I had when Seltzer attacks.
You really got into character there.
I was going to say that was the sound it made.
Yeah.
Does that trigger my action?
It does.
Okay. So I take it now?
Yes, you do. You jump in.
Very cool. Okay, so I'll cast on the one that moved up towards Decider, or
Okay.
Davdithas, sorry.
Okay.
I roll a 14 plus 2 is 16.
Okay. So you so as the skeleton starts lurching forward, Mihaly puts his hands together and a bolt of acid flies at the skeleton, and let's see if it does damage.
3.
So the bolt lodges into the skeleton, and acid starts dripping down his chest, and you hear the tss of the bone melting away. After that, we have Davdithas.
Do I have any knowledge of these creatures?
Give me either a knowledge religion or a knowledge engineering.
Knowledge religion it is. There you are. That is a 16 plus 4 for 20.
Okay. So you think, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. The knowledge religion would not apply here.
Oh.
That's my fault. Sorry about that. But if you have knowledge engineering, you could do that as well.
I do not. I don't think. Let me see here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I am going to take a good old swing at the skeleton who's approached me, who's sizzling a little bit.
So we are currently on the skeleton. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's continue. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to take a swing at him.
And what are you swinging with?
7 with my mace, my morning star.
Okay, so Davdithas sees the skeleton lumbering in, takes his mace and swings at the skeleton and misses. And with that, we're going to be back to Gunnar.
Good times. A little bit of fancy footwork. I'm going to readjust ever so slightly and rehoist my shield. Seeing that that broken blade coming at me is
Yep.
inspiring to say the least. And let's crack some ribs.
Okay.
Bring that hammer down across the skeleton again.
Okay.
And that's an 8 plus 5 for a 13. I'm guessing that's a miss.
So Gunnar steps up and takes a swing at the skeleton, the rib cage of the skeleton, and is unable to land a telling blow. He hits the skeleton, but it glances off and does no damage.
Can I use that +1 now? That'll make a difference.
You would have to use that before your attack. So this skeleton is going to break away, and he is going to start going after Mihaly. So as he gets, he's going to circle around Gunnar, and as he steps 10 feet away from Gunnar, Gunnar is available. You know, you could take an attack of opportunity at this point.
Yep, I'll take it. That's a 13 + 5 for a hit for an 18.
Okay.
That'll be a total of 6 points of damage.
Okay, so he steps up and so Gunnar sees the skeleton's focus swing over to Mihaly, and the skeleton starts lumbering over and is, you know, it's absolutely focused on Mihaly. And as he does so, Gunnar takes back his hammer and swings it at his head as it's going by, and collapses the skeleton's skull, and with that the skeleton drops to the ground. Air quotes dead. More dead? He's more dead. We'll call it more dead. We'll call it more dead.
Gunnar.
All right. So with that, we're gonna move up to Mihaly. You are up.
I'm going to take a 5-step north towards Gunnar, and I'm going to focus the same enemy I attacked last time. Same attack, Acid Splash.
Okay.
The one focused in on Davdithas.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Acid Splash. I roll a natural 20, +2 is 22.
Okay. Did you confirm your crit?
It should automatically roll. Yeah, so no crit confirmed.
Okay, so you rolled a 1 + a 2 on the crit confirm. Okay. But you can apply your damage.
I roll a 2.
Okay, so Mihaly puts his hands together once more. A bolt flies out from his hand and goes into the actual eye hole of the skeleton. Acid starts pumping out. You hear the sizzle of the head collapsing, and with that, the skeleton falls to the ground dead. We are off initiative at this point.
Whew. Have you guys ever seen something like that? That was a skeleton.
Don't suppose those were the bones of the former leader of the church and everything, was it?
I sure hope not, because we definitely just desecrated that corpse.
Yeah, we're gonna be in trouble.
This is why we burn our dead.
You know, it's
This is why.
Starting to seem like a really good idea.
yeah. I'm not against that at
Nope.
this point.
All right, Gunnar, can you roll a perception for me, please?
I can. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Question is, do we keep pressing on?
So as you guys move up here, you do see on the western wall opens up it was kind of like the entryway where there's little 5-foot alcoves cut into the sides. On the eastern wall, there's a 10-foot alcove. It's 5 feet deep by 10 feet wide alcove, and there's 2 rooms in front of you, which you can see in there based on your light sources right now. And you don't appear to see anything else besides the remains of the you'd have to go take a look in the rooms, but there is you don't see any other skeletons or piles of skeletons at the moment.
Can I check the remains of the one that was close to me for anything? For any
Sure.
kind of loot?
Sure. So that would be let's see. They were carrying a rusty, broken scimitar, and they were also rusty shield and assorted pieces of rusty armor.
A lot of old gear here. They've been down here for a while.
How about the one that charged me? Is that pretty much the same?
Yep. You look at it, and it's you know, they were pretty identical. You know, broken rusty sword, broken armor and shield as well.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything of value here, folks.
Indeed.
Where do we go from here?
I'm going to check out that alcove to the east.
The one
Mike,
on the
can
east.
I make a survival roll to see if I see any muddy footprints that came in from the outside and where they went?
Absolutely.
That's a 1.
So you don't see where they you clearly see them because you follow them into the crypt, but you don't with all the commotion that's been about, you don't see exactly where they went.
Okay.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic and concentrate on it as we walk around.
Okay.
Thanks.
So you do detect a faint aura of a magic to the northeast. Through you look ahead to the northeast, and you see a 5-foot opening into the back room, and you feel a faint aura of magic that way.
That was Decider who was headed up that way. Or sorry, Davdithas was headed up that way, right?
No, he was
heading
checking out
to
the eastern wall. So you
Yeah.
feel like it's somewhere in here.
Okay. Guys, I have a feeling about that northeastern room. I think we should check it out, but also we should be prepared. There's some sort of magical source there. I just kind of have a feel for these things.
Anything I noticed in the corner over here?
You don't. It's it just it looks like at one point it might have been used for like a place of honor for another sarcophagus, but there's nothing there currently.
I
Well,
walk into the doorway after the raised awareness of something off.
Okay.
And that
Follow them.
Okay, so when you look into the room, it's a small room. It's 20 by 15. It's 20 wide by 15 feet. Deep. On the west side of the wall there's a sarcophagus there, represented by that line, and it is currently open. It is spilled on its side, like towards you, opened up, and there are robes there. Or a robe there, and but that is all you currently see. Above it there is a plaque. This is the final resting place of a man who dedicated his life to the betterment of Sandpoint.
is there any black juice coming out of it that we can drink?
Out of what?
The sarcophagus that you said.
No, there's no black juice coming out of the sarcophagus.
Damn.
I step into the room, and to the left, my left,
Okay.
the west.
All
I
right.
get looking around, glancing into the sarcophagus and around it, seeing if there's anything that seems off or different.
Give me a survival again, please.
Okie dokie. That'd be a 17 total.
Okay, so you do notice that there are steps in front of and to the right of where the sarcophagus comes in. It looks like many people milled about in this room. Larger footprint. What you would think it would be a human and a bunch of goblins, and they lead back out of this room as well. The only other thing you see in the room is a robe.
A robe? As in, like, bathrobe? Robe?
Yeah, or like robes.
Like you're wearing?
Correct. Miha, you step in.
Yeah, I'm going to follow him into the room.
You see the robes are slightly glowing to you, and you believe
I would
this.
like to check out those robes if I can.
Okay, give me a knowledge arcana, please.
Sure. Knowledge Arcana, I have a +4 modifier, and I roll a 16 plus 4 is 20.
You've heard about these before. You pick up the robes and you take a look at them, and they're kind of, as you look at them, you notice that certain parts of the robe are different color than the other parts of the robe. So but they're in the shape of like a humanoid figure. So when you look at the space that's cut out of a different color of a humanoid figure, you think that it's less worn than other parts of the robe, as there was a patch there previously. Okay, if something's covered, it might weather and look different than other parts of the robe. So this gives you the knowledge that this is something you've heard about in your arcane studies before. It's dark magic. It's the nature of the magic is necromancy. This is called the Robe of Bones, and you know how it functions. It only has a slight magical tint right now because you think all the charges from the item have been discharged. What people do is they take those patches off and throw them to the ground, and they spawn these creatures. So you think what happened is whoever was in here used this Robe of Bones to place those two skeletons out in the main crypt room.
Guys, these are necromancy robes. Surely we can't just leave them here. Do we just pack them up, take them with us? What do we do?
At least we should show Father Xanthus.
Definitely.
I walk over and I pick up the robes.
Okay.
Hey, I'm the magic guy. Give me one for my bag just in case they're awesome.
It's a single set of, it's one robe.
Here.
Robe.
I'm just going to put it in my bag. I'm not going to put it on.
Okay.
I don't know what it's all about. A little creepy to me.
All right.
Is this what you were talking about? The weird thing in here?
Yeah, on closer inspection, I'm quite sure that whoever donned these robes used them to summon those skeletons. That gives me reason to believe there's still someone in here, humanoid in shape, that did in fact summon these skeletons.
This is why we burn our dead.
You mentioned that. Every time you say it, it becomes more and more wise. But I'm not sure what to tell you, big guy.
What did the plaque say on the wall?
Tell me when I die that you burn me, and I'll do the same for you.
Absolutely. Deal.
Okay. Because if I've got to fell you after you die, I'm going to be very upset with myself for a good fortnight, maybe. I mean, I'll get over it eventually, but I'll be very upset with myself.
Davdithas.
I might even drink out of.
Sorry, Davdithas. It says, "Here lies the soul, the remains of a man whose best intentions were to look out for Sandpoint."
Well, if I had to make a guess, I'd say this was the grave of the leader that came beforehand.
Correct. Yeah, that's what you think.
And there's nothing here besides the robes.
There's the open casket that has been spilled over, and then the robes. And there is nothing
There's
else.
No remains.
No remains.
So
Did it look like the robes were once inside the sarcophagus?
No.
Maybe?
No.
No? Okay.
So what we've got working off of here, robes that Mihaly believes might have belonged to a necromancer or have something to do with necromancy, and the remains of the previous leader are gone. It's not looking good. Because if I put 2 and 2 together,
That's 5.
It makes 22.
yeah, we're dealing with math, and I don't know how that helps. All right.
I think we should move on.
We should check the rest of this out real quick and get back to Father Xanthus.
Indeed.
I'm just going to head over to the other room, peek
Okay.
around the corner.
Okay.
Anything I notice?
You don't see anything in this room.
Cool. All right. Looks like Gunnar's checking out the western side there.
I'm going to look down the tunnel.
I'm going to follow out of the room.
So the back wall. So Gunnar goes over to the west side of the room and looks down. And about 15 feet in front of him, he sees the wall. And again, this is the room I described previously. Like when they walked in, there's 5-foot alcoves on each side. It looks like at some point there might have been decorations here to honor the dead, but there's nothing there currently. So
Nothing over there, Gunnar?
Nothing here. It's empty.
Nothing over here either. I think that's it.
I have a small twinge of guilt. I sent the sheriff all the way back to get torches for us, and well, my weapons now glow thanks to the little one with magic.
We'll still thank him for it. I mean, we'll
We can
use
take them for later use.
Yeah, we'll use them somehow. I'm sure they don't mind.
Excellent.
Just torches.
We can use them to burn the dead that passed away yesterday. We can honor their memory. See, though, so this doesn't happen again.
I mean, you're gonna have to pitch that to Father Xanthus.
Okay.
Let's head out if you're all good with that. Mihaly, Idabrix.
This room, opposite to the one we were just in. There's nothing in here.
Nope.
Not from what I saw.
Okay. After poking my head in, I pretty satisfied there's nothing in there. I step back out towards Davdithas and say, following your lead.
Would you not take my word for it? You had to go take a look yourself, huh?
Oh, well. You
Thought
never
we
been
were
too sure.
Thought we
Both
were building
sets
some.
of-
Thought we were building some trust here, George. What's going on there?
There, David.
All right, let's walk. And then I look over at him and I do a little illumination in my hands and I go, "You're not the only one with tricks either, just so you know."
I cast light on all of my fingers simultaneously in jazz hands.
I do the same, and we jazz hand back and forth at each other. Now,
I can't do either of those things. But what I can do is make a skull vanish. You guys want to see?
oh wait, I know this one. Whose skull?
Please
Yes.
one on the ground.
All
You
right.
know what? I don't want to see that trick. Let's go.
Agreed.
All right. So you guys leave the crypt?
Yep.
Okay. As you walk out of the crypt, you again appear. You're at the, you're walking out and you see Sheriff Hemlock walking up to you with 5 torches in his hands.
Ah, yes, the torches. Gunnar, why don't you handle this one?
Sheriff, apologies. I was not aware that George casted the light.
I'm just over here doing the little spirit fingers with him.
But with your permission, I'd love to take those for later use.
Yeah, we can spare some torches. He looks a little off-put that he just hoofed it across town to grab some torches and he just looks at you and he's like, all right.
Before he can really take the time to get upset about it, Gunnar puts his arm around the guy's shoulders and starts walking him towards the crypt. Now, as sheriff of the city, you have to know obviously what happened and what we found in here.
Okay.
And of course, you're at the very top of the food chain, so you can report to the others. What happened when we walked in is we heard the sounds of some sort of weird creatures. And then
I heard.
We were attacked by 2 skeletons. And then our friends here found some sort of weird magical robes from the underworld that would bring forth these creatures. So, we don't know 100% what's happening, but the remains from your former king are gone.
King? No, that was our priest. That was he was the foremost spiritual leader of the town.
Ah, okay. Priest. Apologies. So, we found many good things for you, and we of course wanted to report to you because you're important and you need to know these things.
Let's take a step over. Let's go get Father Xanthus too, and we should fill him in on what's going on as well. So he starts trying to bring you over towards Father Xanthus.
Now, Sheriff, if I can ask you a question, why don't you burn your dead?
It's just not the way of our people. It's not the way of our people. We believe in giving our people the honor of having a place to committing their body to the earth or into monument. It's you don't burn your dead? You don't bury your dead?
No, burn them.
You burn them.
With their possessions, and we sing praise. Their sacrifice and grieving for brief moments, and then praise and drink and song and remembrance of stories and tales and glory and honor and praise to the gods. Maybe
different.
ushered into either the fields or the eternal halls. So they may drink and fight and war and prepare for the return of Jormungandr.
Well, friend, we just do it a little differently around here. And with that, he starts walking over to the Father Xanthus.
Yeah, I told you should check with them. See, I didn't think they'd go for it, but you know. It's a good try, buddy. Good try.
So Sheriff Hemlock is walking over to Father Xanthus.
So as they're gone, I'm gonna take out the rope from my bag and lay it out on the ground to kind of show them when they come back.
No, he's walking over there to talk to him over there.
So we should walk with him.
Yep. Like I said, I'm following the sheriff.
In that case, I realized my obvious mistake.
There was something lost in there. Yeah. Okay, so you guys walk over and Sheriff Hemlock is talking to Father Xanthus, and he's saying, Father, they've reported that the bones are gone. They're gone. It must have happened. It must have happened during the attack yesterday. And Father Xanthus steps back and he goes, I fear you're right. I fear you're right, Sheriff Hemlock. I fear that do you think maybe it was just that whole attack was a ruse to get
distraction?
Yeah, it could have been a ruse just to recover the bones, but to what benefit?
Well, unfortunately, Mihaly, if you'd like to show them what you've got there.
For a second time, I reach into my bag and pull out the robes and lay them out on the ground and say, gentlemen, if I may have your attention for a moment.
So Sheriff Hemlock and Father Xanthus look over at you.
We found these. They're magical in nature for sure. I believe them to be a robe of bones. You can see where there are some rips on them. I believe they had some figures or crests embroidered onto them, and perhaps they were ripped off and used as a summoning spell of sorts. We fought two skeletons in there.
So Sheriff Hemlock looks really confused, but Father Xanthus looks at you and he goes, foul necromancy, isn't it?
You've seen this before?
I know of evil magic. Me as a cleric, it doesn't. I always seek to root out evil and get rid of it. Those are evil robes, aren't they?
I would say almost surely they are necromancy related.
Okay. All right.
So we've got missing bones of our former priest and necromancers involved. And all coordinated with a goblin attack somehow.
The goblin said was orchestrated by...
Wait, what did they say? What was that word they used?
Longshank?
Longshanks.
Is that right?
So...
Do you think they were hired?
Sheriff Hemlock looks over. Father Xanthus looks startled at that point because that knowledge hadn't been shared him. He looks at Sheriff Hemlock and he says, Longshanks, why would one of us have anything to do with it? How come this is the first I'm hearing of it? Sheriff Hemlock.
We told you yesterday.
You told the sheriff, you didn't tell the priest.
No, exactly. But Gunnar speaking up immediately going, we told him yesterday.
Okay. So Sheriff Hemlock looks at Father Xanthus and said, the knowledge was brought to us by these brave people yesterday, and I laid it at the feet of Mayor Devon, and she decided that we would further talk about it before we got the populace all stirred up. We were going to bring you into it, Father, but it just, we haven't had time. You summoned me this morning, and we came out here, and this is where we are. So Father Xanthus steps back, and he just kind of, he looks a little bit miffed at this point. He's like, regardless, do you have any designs to that robes? Are you going to hold on to those?
I have no use for them myself. I can't speak for the rest of the party, but if you'd like to dispose of them, if you feel that's the right thing to do.
So he literally walks inside, grabs a torch, comes out, takes them from you, puts it on the ground, and drops the torch on it, and they go up in flames.
I'm gonna nudge Gunnar and just be like, "Look, they're halfway there. They're starting to burn things."
So Father Xanta says, Desna, watch over us. This is not good news. So Sheriff Hemlock looks at Father Xantus and says, keep your eyes open. We'll send somebody up to secure those doors a little bit later today. And the door of the crypt, I don't think anything else is going to come of it, but, we're going to secure the doors. And I'm going to bring this news to Mayor Devon, and we'll decide on a course of action what we're going to do next.
I definitely think we need to get all of our information together and make sure we're all on the same page on this. Because things are all.
Xanthus, I think we need to be kept in the loop here. All this information has come from us so far. It would be crucial to involve us.
I agree, children. My children. Sheriff Hemlock, just make sure the knowledge is spread around to the to us. If we're going to be charged with defending this town, and from all the things that these signs point to, then we're going to need to be kept in a loop. So at that point, a young boy runs up. He's about 10 years old. He looks like a commoner. He comes up, hands a note to Father Xantus. Father Xantus looks at him, opens the note, hands him a couple copper. The boy runs off, and he hands the note over to Davdithas.
I suppose I will read the note.
So the note is, it says, "Friends, you guys rescued me yesterday, and I appreciate everything you have done for me. I would cordially request that you would meet me back at the Rusty Dragon Inn today, and I would like to take you guys on a boar hunt. A little bit of sport after this tough time, and maybe it'll lift the spirits, and maybe we'll secure a good meal for us." And it's signed Aldern, which is the noble that you rescued yesterday.
Hey guys, check this out. I think it's got something Gunnar's really going to be interested in. Hand it over to Gunnar. Let him take a look at it.
I look at the note. I turn it sideways. Turn it upside down. Turn it right side up again.
Davdithas, Mihaly,
yes.
and Idabrix, roll a perception for me.
I look on the back of the note, and I hand it back to Davdithas. Yes, this is wonderful. Good news.
You guys notice him moving the paper around, and you don't think at the angles he's looking at it that he is actually reading it. You think he's pretending.
Gunnar, do you know what it said? Do you know what it is?
Of course, it's good news. Let's go.
So, Gunnar, that's going to be really exciting to go on a boar hunt, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm like feeding it to him without.
Give me Idabrix, give me a sleight of hand.
That is a 2 + 7 for a 9.
So you look over at Gunnar and you're like, aren't super over exaggerated, winking and aren't you excited to go on a boar hunt? And with that, you guys make your way back to the Rusty Tavern. The Rusty Dragon. And with that, guys, tonight we are unfortunately out of time for this episode.
Man, it flew by.
It really,
God, why?
really does
so
go
much
by
fun.
so quick.
That was amazing.
Community, chat members, how you guys doing out there? You guys have fun tonight?
Hope everybody enjoyed. That was awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a good time.
And good session.
Most definitely.
Awesome.
The after party going.
Get the after party going. So
VIP subs only.
I would personally like to thank a couple people. If you guys give me a second, I would like to thank Decider 12, Cyclone Jack, YottsTwitch, and Luna. First of all, for for coming along on this ride with me for this epic adventure. Did you guys have fun tonight?
Yes.
Absolutely had a blast.
Excellent. It's a lot of work, but it's so rewarding to me to see you guys go through this and it's a lot of fun. And I thank you all for being here. I want to send out some thanks to people in the community. Our moderators, Cawthon, Faye, Jack Wolfhart, and Dr. Dune. Thank you so much for what you do out there, keeping the chat going, letting people know what's going on, and letting them, know all the intricacies of this. I want to send a shout out to OneUpMG again for doing all the art and all the a lot of the production when it comes to the channel. You guys are amazing. Chat, you guys make this so much fun for us. And I can only speak for myself, but seeing you guys out there enjoying yourself is such a cool thing for me. It knows that the hard work we're trying to put into this is paying off. So a big shout out to you guys, and thank you so much for coming out and hanging with us. Decider 12, give me your thoughts.
I mean, it's a rainy day today, but it was nice. Do you want thoughts on the game? Or?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, yeah, no, it's another fun session. Like I said last week, it is a blast talking with everyone in chat, and I absolutely love when perhaps it's not my turn. I get to mingle a little bit with you guys while the rest of them are getting their ankles sliced or, things like that.
Okay.
And then I have to patch them up, and it's great.
Okay.
But no, I absolutely love it.
All right, Gunnar.
I haven't had this much fun hanging out and playing D&D in a very, very long time. I know you guys can probably tell at home, but getting a group that you get along with and you have fun with and that just makes you smile and makes you feel happy to be here every Sunday is a big, big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful enough to find that with these 4 wonderful individuals.
Awesome. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. YottsTwitch.
So some of you guys know that I'm brand new to D&D. This is my second session ever. And man, it's so much fun. Why the heck didn't I do this back in high school when the guys in the library were drawing maps?
Oh yeah.
What was wrong with me? Yeah,
we're like begging back then.
Don't die, Yachts. I am working on it. I promise I'll try not to, but I can't promise that I won't. But man, yeah, I'm having a blast. This, like Mike was saying, we were looking forward to this all week. It was like Monday. We were like, is it Sunday yet?
Yeah.
Is it?
We
just add another day? Can we do another session?
Yeah. We've got a special Discord that we all kind of talk and we mingle and we BS through the week. And I'd be sitting at the gym, doing one of my sessions, hanging out and chilling, listening to music, and I'm sitting there going, Gunnar could lift that. And I immediately messaged the guys going, can we play tonight? You guys want to hang out tonight? What's going on for tonight? Hey, how about some D&D?
Awesome. And Luna.
Yeah, I just have to echo what everybody said so far about having a group that you can genuinely get along with. And like, coming together with this group, like I didn't know anybody here before we started, kind of talking about this and sort of playing it out. And like, I genuinely feel like you are my friends and like the viewers are my friends now. And it's so nice to really like have that connection with everybody. And I think that translates really nicely into when we play together, because I feel like we all have sort of started to figure out each other's characters too, so we can kind of play off of that a little bit more, and that just makes it that much more fun.
Awesome.
And then we didn't have chickens.
Any more chickens? We didn't have any more chickens.
No more chickens. Fred!
Alrighty, so I just wanted to say a couple words before we end this night. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for coming out for supporting our channel. If you are not able to listen to us on every Sunday, we are now in podcast form. It has been released on probably your favorite podcast app. We're published on iTunes, we're published on Stitcher, with Spotify, all the major big ones. So check for the Tabletop Tavern on your local podcast app. The best way you can support us at no cost to you guys is to give us a download, give us a listen on the podcast, and give us a rating and give us a review. Come back next Sunday, hang out with us. We're gonna be doing this every Sunday. We almost had issues today because of Google, with the big Google outage today. We're all worried that we weren't gonna get a play. I had so much fun. If you guys had fun and you're new to the channel, give us a follow. Come back and check us out next Sunday. And I look forward to seeing you. So with that, we're going to kick you out to our outro credits. And after that, we're going to raid a smaller channel right now who's doing a charity D&D stream. So we're going to go show some love. So if you're a subscriber to the channel, when you get in there, drop those nopes, drop those rips, drop those, those nice shots, and let them know where you're coming from, and we'll get it going. So without further ado, I'm gonna kick it over, and we'll get our credits going.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone, thanks so
Bye,
much.
everyone.
Thank you so much, and we
Take
look forward
care.
to seeing you in the
Sunday.
tavern next week.
Cheers.
So the credits are running, but we just like to thank all the new followers to the channel, all the new, our moderators, the cast, the people that have made this worth it for us. So without further ado, we're gonna kick off this raid. I hope you show some love and support, and for this D&D based charity stream. So. Guys, we'll see you next weekend. Much love from the Tabletop Tavern.